not sure. There's only one way to be sure. Just opening the stream. When in doubt, just open the stream.
I think we are.
Okay, so if we're live, hello everyone, I'm Dasphaoah.
Hello, I'm xhannon.
And
I'm also hi.
me and xhannon, with also non-commentary, are going to be running 13-2. 2 players, 1 controller. So it's an RPG with a twist.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So I will be in charge of directions, and
Yeah,
xhannon
I
will
will
be
be
in
on-
charge on buttons. I don't
Yeah,
know how to call this.
Forums.
Yeah.
The right side, well, yeah.
The right side. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Also, do you want to talk a little bit about 13-2 as a speedrun?
It's a speedrun. I mean, it's a great speedrun for sure.
It is. Just a lot of RNG. The first fight, we are using lightning strikes because it deals more damage relative to the ATB it uses.
Forgotten time, be reborn.
And we basically don't want to die, and we don't want to get the glitch that only happens on PC.
Yeah, we
Like
can
most
get
Final Fantasy
interrupted.
games, we have the ATB bar that slowly is filling, and we can use that to like select our abilities that we want to cast.
Yeah, we can get interrupted by strikes from the behemoth.
From the behemoth.
Can you handle this?
Yeah, this is a very simple fight.
Bahamut rather.
The big scary dragon.
Now we're gonna only cast one, so we'll trigger one animation, and well, we keep in a little bit of XP for the next round.
Do we go YOLO or do we heal? We heal.
Well,
This is marathon. We have to heal.
Yeah, we have without clicking.
If you're bold, you can skip this healing, but you're dead to another Umbral Vice.
Can you handle this?
Yeah, we got swiped. If we got a number dice right now, we would have been there.
Take this.
Snipe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you handle this?
Oh. Yeah, that's how you get interrupted.
Nah,
Oh, we
it
did it.
wasn't necessary.
Nice.
No.
Good roll. Alright, do you want to explain the second part?
Time for a
Yeah,
real
sure. So for the second part, xhannon and Pharaoh will try to like pretty much get some ATB for free, because when lightning gets interrupted in a proper moment, like just as she is using her ability, the ability will go off, but
Yeah.
the ATB will not be consumed pretty much. So with proper timing, you can cast some focus bolts for free. And pretty much the more times you can do it, the faster the fight will get.
Oh, nice. Oh, that was yeah, and if you get interrupted, that's what you want to happen. But if it can attack you before you can cast abilities, it will go on the barrel roll, and that loses time, because if she barrel rolls while you already triggered an action, then your ATB isn't going to fill. That should work.
I never said I was a goddess.
Oh, so close. That's my single player attempts.
Literally.
I'm good at this game, I promise.
Yeah, there were a couple of unlucky infernos who couldn't.
Yeah, we got the barrel roll.
Yeah. when the Infernos happen instantly, it's like impossible for you to get cancel on time.
Very important to not change the camera.
Very important.
There.
Are you using standard camera or inverted?
We're using standard because Shonen has the camera and he uses standard.
Oh my god.
Do you use inverted also?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Do you use inverted?
Yeah, I mean, I use Y inverted.
Your guys are so weird. I think you are the only people that do that.
Also
Alright.
say hi to Sarah, our main character.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna be calling her Vanille because why not?
Wait.
Oops.
Why did it... Probably
Target.
my fault.
No.
Yeah, you have to switch the targets.
Yeah, so paradigm system, I guess.
Yeah.
So our characters can like play different roles in the battle, and we can switch between paradigms. And in each paradigm, a certain character is like assigned a specific role. So we have Ravagers that chain and stagger the enemies, and then we have Commandos which deal more damage.
Yeah, Commandos deal non-elemental damage and Ravagers deal elemental damage.
Yeah, so for the fights here, it will be pretty much a pattern of going to Slash and Burn to stagger the enemies, and then into Double Trouble, or the Double Commando paradigm to finish them off after everyone is staggered, pretty much. There is also some manipulation going on with
Wait,
Noel's
where
AI
is the-
for him to like target specific enemies to kill them as fast as possible.
That's not the right one. There we go.
It is definitely harder to do when you are like playing together, I guess.
Get him!
Okay.
They're dead, we're not, that's the important part.
I mean, if you died here, that would be an achievement, I
It'd be
guess.
amazing if we managed to die here.
That would be impressive, yeah.
Yeah, for this fight we just want to kill these guys as efficiently as possible.
So the drops that we get from these fights are also kind of important because you can get Phoenix Down drops, and the more Phoenix Downs you get, the better, because we will be selling all of them for money. So I guess we hope to get at least like one Phoenix Down, that would be nice.
Yeah. If we get one, then we are set on money for a while. Oh, they're so far away from each other. Ah!
They are pretty good.
But they're far from us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is important to know that commandos will always target different... Well, for now, they will always target different opponents, while a Ravager will always target the same opponent as a commando is targeting. So that's why we are targeting things this way, like make sure Sarah and Noel are targeting different things while in commando so we can scatter and optimize our damage.
Ooh, what?
What? They didn't stagger?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is better. How did he not stagger? That's the first time I've ever seen that.
That's strange.
There we go.
Never
Yes.
happened before, by the way.
This has never happened before. Always one of these. So yeah, that's the end of the tutorial fights. Now we need to go to the next boss area to advance the plot.
Mary, is that all you're going to tell me? Your name? Who are you? What do you do?
I'm a hunter.
You're like an interrogator. Do you mind me asking?
And we can jump at this game, unlike 13. So improvement,
Yeah,
I
we
guess.
can jump at will, which is important to dodge encounters.
Oh yeah, the encounters. So they are random in this game. The enemies just spawn from time to time. It's based on the step count.
What's up?
And when the enemies spawn, the Mog Clock appears. And if you like don't escape within the time limit, you will get caught in battle pretty much. And you can get passive spawns or aggressive spawns. And it pretty much changes how much time you have. And also if the encounter is passive, you can get like a preemptive strike that gives you haste and some other benefits in the battle.
It gives you 20% chain to all enemies. In the 13, the preemptive strike will give you full chain, up until the stagger point. In this game, it only gives 20%.
We are also picking up a few chests on the way to the boss fight. Here there was the Librascope item that can be used in battle pretty much to reveal weaknesses information of the enemies. It will change the behavior of AI or our AI-controlled party members.
Yeah, because the AI will always try to reveal as much information as it can when it doesn't have any information. When it has full information, then it will optimize its behavior in order to increase the damage. But while it doesn't know, it will try to find out by being inefficient and doing generally things we don't want it to do. So
the first Gogmagog fight is pretty simple. Just keep going to slash and burn to cast the fires to stagger Gogmagog as quickly as possible, while changing to the second paradigm from time to time to utilize ATB refreshing that I haven't mentioned yet. So pretty much the first paradigm shift that you do in battle will fully replenish your ATB, and then also like every 12 seconds in battle again when you switch your paradigms, you will get full ATB. So we can see them like switching back and forth constantly to like maximize damage output pretty much. So we utilize that free ATB that we get.
Oh. Mank. Lol.
Yeah, I guess those were bad rolls or something. But it was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, another thing that we are constantly doing in these fights is comb buffering. So the commander roll is tied to more damage, while the ravager roll is tied to more chain. While a spell is in the air, you can change from the ravager roll to cast a spell to the commander roll, and the spell will gain the commando bonuses mid-air and essentially deal twice as much damage. This is going to be our main source of damage throughout about half of the run.
Yeah, or 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4 until we get our little damage beach ball.
Shouldn't we check it out though?
Of murder.
Give me a chance and I'll prove that it's true.
And now it's time to chase some cats around,
Yeah.
I think Mog has found something.
because they could be the artifact, I guess.
Nora hat. Wait, the cat isn't an
The cat isn't an artifact, is it?
No, I don't think so. Maybe the cat could have picked up.
Artifacts are important for this run. Like, 13.2 is a time-traveling story. So essentially, we need artifacts to open gates that will take us to another time and another place. And the entire plot is based around the traveling around these different locations and these different time periods to solve paradoxes and try to fix the future and find lightning in the process. Well, Sarah's goal in the story is to find her sister. Noel's goal is to save humanity.
Look, the Moogle's reacting to the kids.
Yeah, I don't think he's just looking for playmates.
And now we need to chase some kids. And Shannon has to mash.
A little bit.
There's also RNG tied to this kid because of the way, not only because of the way he moves, but also if we get enemies while chasing him, we can't talk to him until the enemies despawn. This can be an aggressive encounter, so we can have to fight the enemy before we can talk to the kid.
Yeah, also the kid can get stuck with the fence before, so it's like a 15 seconds of time save.
I think that happens more on console.
Probably. It happened to me like I think 5 or 6 times ever.
You can see them also pointing the camera to the ground. That pretty much makes catching the kid a bit easier and faster.
Yeah, the kid moves slower.
Why did you? I know you said.
The kid was.
I hope you're not. I'm sorry.
And
I
that's
hope you're not misbehaving. I just stole this thing, I'm not misbehaving.
Doubt.
Doubt. Yeah, we're essentially finding these 3 things for Sarah to take on her journey. Even though they're useless, they're just trinkets. They're important for 13 plot.
The artifact perfect after all.
But in 13 too, they're not. Oh, that's an aggressive.
Yeah.
It's not
Yep,
his
yep, yep,
fault.
yep.
Come on, let's head back.
Oh, he's chasing.
Yes.
Close.
That was nicely done. You can jump down the stairs there to try to avoid the enemy if you get an aggressive spawn, like they did.
Yeah, that's a Gorgon offset. That's the only aggressive encounter you can get here. And at this point, we can fight aggressives, but after this, we can no longer fight them. So every time we get an aggressive, we are forced to leave the overworld so we can come back with the enemy despawned. If it's important, we'll talk about it a little bit more.
Here.
But it's always a situation that you want to avoid if possible.
Yeah, it's a pretty big time
Just
lapse.
have to head for the
Around
gate.
30 seconds.
Get it. What was that?
Do you want to take a moment
Okay.
to say goodbye before
Okay,
we
so
leave?
first minion.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. Ah! I like
Okay, so
menu.
Crystarium, I guess. So Crystarium is pretty much our leveling system. You can level up different roles to gain like some statistics and to gain new abilities. And we will be mostly leveling up our Ravager because Ravager is broken in this game. So we will be casting magic and then combuffering that magic like Pharaoh mentioned to pretty much double the damage output. We are also setting up the paradigms, the paradigm deck, and the paradigms that we set up here with some tweaks will remain for the rest of the game pretty much. Like there isn't a lot of menuing in this speedrun.
Head towards Cocoon.
We are laughing because if you're doing that with a single controller, that menu can be so fast, but having to do twice, we need to coordinate very well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll stay in position. Keep a lookout.
I will. And you be careful too, Noel.
Oops.
Whoops.
But yeah, essentially, we want to buff Ravager as much as possible, because leveling Ravager increases our magic, and magic is faster and more reliable than physical abilities. That's why we are just going to come buffer for most of the game, and then we're gonna let the one good commando in this game do everything for us.
Also, we leveled up Noel till level 4 to avoid getting Frost Strike so he doesn't jump. And he doesn't
Yeah, you
get
want
it.
to avoid no jumping as much as possible in this fight, because as you can see, Gogomagog will do swipes from time to time, and you want to make sure that Noel stays on the ground while the swipe happens, because otherwise he will be like launched into the air and he will fall down, and that's just slow. Other than that, the fight's pretty simple. You just ATB refresh between the dual castings to stagger the Ogmagog, get some extra
shit.
chain,
Yeah.
and then go into the double commando paradigm to finish the fight off. Oh yeah, and chain I guess is the numbers that you can see in the top right corner.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the damage multiplier. And once you reach a certain threshold, the enemy staggers, so you get 100% extra chain and some additional effects appear, I guess.
Only thing crazier than 13's roll, so anyone can speedrun anything to players on controller.
I can't wait to see you guys do lightning returns with one controller. That'll be impressive.
Menu.
Yeah.
Menu, don't forget
Yeah.
it.
No.
Yeah, here we are essentially going to use the CP we gained from the Lloyd fight to power up for the next fight. And finish leveling Noel because he's pretty under leveled. We didn't want to get Frost Strike, now we need to get everything on him.
Yeah, as you can see, we're spamming Ravager because it's pretty busted. In this
No.
Yeah, true.
No,
True,
no!
true.
You do not
Yeah,
skip
yeah, yeah.
this one!
True. Ravager is really good because in this game you get early access to Ra and gas spells, so afterwards it's really nice with all this combat frame mechanic that we were talking about before.
Sim? Sim.
And you actually get so much Crystarium points, which is the experience in this game. Like, we don't grind at all, we only do the mandatory fights pretty much, and we still max out the Ravager roll fully, almost. I mean, on Sarah at least. That's kinda ridiculous, honestly. So we unlock the first gate, and now we are traveling through time. Things happen.
Yeah,
We
things
arrive at
happen and now
pressure
we're
rings.
fighting this thing. An invisible giant.
This fight is pretty scripted, we just need to deal enough damage to pretty much trigger a switch to the next phase. It's pretty simple to sequence and try to make be refreshed in such a way to cancel those animations. Make it a
Also,
bit
shoutouts
faster.
to the best track in this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, there are QTEs in this game. There's like a lot of mechanics that don't really make sense and aren't really necessary, but they just put it in the game.
Also in this battle we're not using the Ravager roll because we're gonna get a free stagger
we
right
got
now.
a free stagger here. This doesn't deal damage at all, it's just for the stagger.
Invisible giant.
Alright,
Nice.
sweet. Now we can catch down.
Brad James in the chat.
Hostile located. Engage at will. Paradox effect confirmed. Targeting Atlas.
Oh yeah, that's to do. Yes. But yeah, it was a pretty simple fight. And now we can start talking about monsters, because now they're gonna start being important. So in 13 you have 3 party members. In this game, obviously, we only have 2, yet so far. We are going to get our 3rd party member very soon, and that's always a monster. And monsters is something of a power that Sarah has because of lightning or something. Monsters that we fight from this point forward have a chance to become crystals, and then we can use them as our own.
Right this way, please.
For the first tutorial fight, it's 100%. Don't spam because you're gonna talk to that guy. Okay, now you can spam. And after the tutorial fight, the chance is a little
Why
limited.
did you offer to stop the giant?
We are going to use 3 monsters throughout the run, and then a 4th one, well, we catch it, but we don't really use it.
Like the gate to
One of them is guaranteed, the other 2 have a little slow chance of catching it, so praise RNG. Yeah.
We can count on you.
Yeah, in the fight here, we try to manipulate Noel in such a way to pretty much stop the Kate Sith from killing himself. It looks like the guys managed to do it nicely.
Also shoutouts to this sword tanking like a million ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Sword
that
is
guy
a
is
very
so
tanky
beefy
boy.
in this game. In 13 they are super weak, and like in 13-2 this guy is just huge. Just doesn't die.
Okay,
But yeah,
so
in this area specifically, they will be trying to catch Necton, which is a Ravager monster. So first they need to get a proper spawn, and then they need to hope that they will actually catch the monster.
Figures.
You need an artifact to open it, right?
go play with Noel.
If this guy shoot down, we should be fine.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, when you're getting an aggressive spawn, you have to play with the structures, NPCs, in order to, like, block enemies. Otherwise, you need to cross out and lose time, because you have to go to the same place again. So you get an extra loading screen.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like in this location here, there is quite a lot of aggressive enemies that you can get if you are unlucky.
Yeah, Nexon is a relatively rare encounter, so we're just kind of hoping it shows up. That's 4? Okay, nice.
That's the best encounter we can get.
Nice, that was nice. And now let's see how many
How many
like
attempts?
skills it will take to get the Necton.
Like, important
Yeah.
that we don't let them die.
Yeah, because if you try to fight, the enemies will just respawn and you can like fight again and try to get the catch again. But if you kill them all, you need to like fish for another spawn.
Okay, nice. I can try this. Bad.
Yeah, each Necton is like what, 20% chance?
15.
Or was it 15? Okay. But yeah, like kill 3 of them in each fight, so it's pretty high chance to get it.
Okay, so it's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Let's
Did-
hope Gahongas will be also fast.
Gahongas is never fast. I hate Gahongas so much.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hate him so much, like try running without it.
Another aggressive.
We could be fine.
I think we're fine. Yeah,
One of
they
the-
they don't care about us at all.
Nice.
Nice.
It was one of these Triffids or Mankers. Like, those are aggressive, but they are kind of slow. I don't remember the name.
Mandrakes.
Mandrakes, that's it.
Yeah, another problem with avoiding the enemies is that a lot of the enemies are actually faster than Sarah or Noel, so it's very hard to run away from them from time
Yeah.
to time.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why we pick up this path. There's a faster path, but it's way riskier because on this path you have like a small roof, so like the enemy can get stuck with it. So like that's the thing. Like when you get an aggressive spawn, you kind of have to play with the structures or things like that.
And now it's time for a minigame.
Now it's time for a
Yay.
minigame. And I have to play the minigame.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything.
Pretty much you need to collect the crystals, like standing on each tile only once because they disappear once you stand on them. It's pretty simple, but you know.
Because this is pretty simple. Try any of the ones in 160 fragments, and suddenly you're like, how do I even solve this?
Thankfully, I haven't done any of those, like even casually, so I have no idea what you're saying.
No, they're bad.
Yeah,
They're very bad.
Like, only percent we don't do any of those, but we're talking about one type of clock puzzle. Those are kind of tough casually.
Yeah.
Finally, can you hear me now? It looks like Atlas is starting to slow down.
Like there's a clock where you need to have the arrows pointing on a specific position, and there are a couple of buttons with a certain combination that you have to follow, and it's not very obvious at first glance.
It's not obvious ever.
Yeah.
So another menu is coming up. We will level up our party. Once again, level up the Ravagers on both Sarah and Noel, and we will also level up Necton with the items that we will buy in the shop after selling Phoenix Downs. So that's pretty much why we wanted to get all those Phoenix Downs, just to sell them right
We're
now.
not getting extras. I don't think we are. We didn't get anything.
Yeah, that was fine.
Oh.
It's a passive, doesn't matter.
There he is.
And not looking
Okay.
too happy.
That was
Yeah, that was
actually.
pretty unlucky.
we just got lucky. I was wondering we should have
Yeah.
items.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
In this shop, we also buy the Giselle Greens, pretty much which are items that we use to ride the Chocobos. And we buy a specific number of them just to have enough for the rest of the game. And then the
Menu?
potent droplets to level up Necton.
Yeah, and here we want to get a ATB level. We are going to get essentially ATB level as much as we can, because being able to have more actions is broken.
Yeah, especially to make room for the Ryan guy spells as soon as possible. That's
Yeah.
the main thing. We want to get that 5 ATB as soon as possible, so we can Ra guy spells and combat for both at the same time. Really important for the Arclight step later on.
Everything past the Arclight step and until Dying World.
yeah, it's gonna be like that, especially with Noble. Sarah is not gonna be getting that 5th ATB as soon as Noble because
Timing.
For the Atlas fight, they will be trying to manipulate. I mean, I guess ATB refresh now, that's the first thing, and then try to execute spells in a certain way with Seraph to pretty much stagger Atlas before his second
spells.
hit. But you know, it might be very difficult doing 2 players, 1 controller, but let's see.
We should be able to get it.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, we get it.
Nice.
Really nice. Like you can see, they managed to stagger Atlas while he was doing the second phase attack, and that pretty much cancelled the attack and sped the fight up a bit.
Nice.
After that, it's pretty much simple. Just need to finish off the fight.
Opening this. That's on you? Oh yeah, we skipped the first input here because if you actually get both of them, you get a second
Yeah,
a second QTE, and that's slower than just skipping straight to this cutscene. It's the only place where
wasn't
we
you.
don't get them.
How
It
did we
wasn't
get
you.
here?
No, look out!
Move!
They really added like so many mechanics that I guess were popular at the time or something, because like there are
Yeah.
QTEs, there are the live triggers so we can like choose options in the dialogues, there are the mini games,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff.
There's so many things that you can pick, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Especially the very last one.
sad.
On the very last one, you can select yes, no, or nothing, and the result is exactly the same.
Yeah, I always said this, but I think like this game was released on an era where games like Heavy Rain, The Walking Dead, Beyond Two Souls were really popular. So I think Square Enix tried to do something similar with this game. It wasn't not too good because you know there are not multiple endings or like different situations you have to go through to get the proper ending. So could have been better, in my opinion.
Yeah, this cutscene is unskippable. We need to watch these artifacts spawning to be sure where they are, even though the game doesn't tell you where they are. Yeah, 2 artifacts open 2 gates. We are going to open both of them, because one of them ends up being a dead end for now. And the plot is in another place.
Nice, Mog.
Also, we didn't mention it. If we got an extra Phoenix down or extra potions, we could have got 2 extra Gizalgrins, so we could have skipped one chest. That it's a little bit tricky because of step counters on more like 200 EF.
Yeah, but we're going to have to get it. We
Yeah.
need those 2 Visal greens.
Yeah, we didn't get any extra Phoenix down, so
Come on, Mom.
Oh yeah, you're the one that jumped there.
yeah, it's not like a lot.
Mog has been not behaving.
Way to go, bobblehead.
How's that?
Not going behind Sarah on... Well, you'll see on the ramp.
Ah.
So we need to be careful.
Yeah.
I blame the fix.
Oh, it's
He only started doing that once I got the fix.
oh man. Yeah, it happens to me quite often on PS3.
They also got off the Chocobo like past the gate just to make sure that it will stay like in the direction that they will be going after we come back to that location. Like a small tiny optimization right there.
Yeah, so we need to go back to New Bowden to get a Graviton core that is going to be important in the last half an hour of the run. But these are we need 5 of them. We need 5 of them, and the first one is is right here. So we just like the game has I think 8 of them. We just grab the 5 fastest because some of them are a stretch to get.
I thought there are only 5, like I know nothing about this game, oh my
No,
god.
there's like 8 of them. But one of them is in Oerba very far into the future. One of them is on the second visit to Sunlet.
Yeah, we don't need it. We don't need it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we got the encounter on Chocolate.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Go back here. And now we're going to open the second gate to advance the plot, but first we need to grab the Graviton core in Brescia, because there's one here as well.
Yeah, we were talking about right now about step counters because we got one last encounter on Brescia Ruins that was really close to the boss. I don't think we will need it for for Jaska's Massive for the first encounter because there are a lot of aggressive encounters there. That's a tricky thing to remember. Like a step counter on this game carries from one place to another. So in order to be really optimal, there are some specific places where you kind of want to create a mental note for when you've got one encounter.
Yeah, you need to be on top of your step count. Okay.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
Come on, Mom.
Is that gonna reach?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Runner cell!
Yikes.
Yikes, that's fine.
Yeah, no worries.
There's something very important you have to ask yourself. If you play this game, do you think you can ride this chocobo soon? We're gonna ride it soon.
Yeah.
For both Pharaoh and Shonen, the names you can see on screen are their Twitch names, so you can just use that if you want.
Okay.
The Yashas.
Yeah, Yasha's is a really dangerous place for the round. Pretty heavy reset point too, as Brescia Ruins a lot of aggressive encounters. Also, we're gonna need the second monster here, so you know.
And the second monster is
initial-
arguably
The
worse.
encounters in the initial part should be pretty much fakes because it's based on the step count.
What happens?
So as long as you do the same movement every time, the encounters should stay more or less the same.
Yeah. Right now we shouldn't get anything because well, we got one before the Chocolino.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, that was really cool.
that's probably gonna be good out.
No, we got a cutscene on the light. We
Oh,
can
okay.
continue. The other way. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Oh no.
Mm.
The camera, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
okay.
Fear of Thunder, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, normally they would force an encounter back in New Bowden and they would not be getting the one here, but it's slightly shifted.
It was so close though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like was 1 or 2 steps away.
It would have been even faster if like we got to the cutscene, but unfortunately we got timed out.
I think ruins are. Oh,
No.
okay. Ruins will kill us. Wow, these things are bulky.
Yeah, those are bad.
Well, at least you can win the fight still at this point, because like very soon we will become so weak that we'll be pretty much unable to win, and then like
Yeah,
random
we
encounter.
cannot win the next
Random fight.
encounter if we get caught. We are
Because
forced
the
to
idea
go.
here is to use the searchlights to avoid
we
the enemies,
force
and
it?
ideally you want to get one
pick this
spawn
one
as you
and
are
then
making your way
force
to the
it.
chest.
Here, fishy. Well, it's not a fishy, but you know.
Yeah, they are just forcing the encounter, I guess, to make it better, since
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
skewed. Because we
Okay,
still
we
need
should
a
be
second
good now.
chest here. And normally you would get a behemoth spawn on the way to the next searchlight, but I guess now it's like completely broken. Oh, there it is. Just slightly late.
It's still chasing. It's gonna catch us. What? I think we just crooks out. It's faster to crooks out than it is to die on PC.
Yeah.
He chased so
So
far
yeah,
away.
I think he actually jumped in between. I didn't know he could do that. Like
Yeah.
there's this crater in the middle,
Yeah.
but I guess the behemoth is so big he can jump.
But yeah,
there.
this
I know
is
the
why
Chocobo-
Ashes is a dangerous place.
Yeah, and this is why Shonen said that it's very important to have like a mental note and know when you're
where
going
are
to get
we?
the next encounter
Okay.
to be able to like manipulate it a bit. And this part usually goes right, but you know, since they kinda are not on the step count,
I think we should get one more encounter here, and then we should be fine on step count.
Yeah, it should be okay. And the one here is also kind of annoying, because if it's a passive one, you know, it's great, but once you get the aggressive one, sometimes you just cannot avoid them.
We
need
can
that
pick it
chest.
later.
We can pick it
Yeah,
later?
it's at 500.
Okay.
But yeah, thankfully they managed to escape from them this time. Like, sometimes you can just lose straight up
We need
like a
to
minute
remember.
here, just random encounters.
We need to remember to get that chest.
Yeah, we might need to sell potions.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because in the shop coming up, they will be buying
Yeah,
Magician's
yeah.
Marks, which are accessories that increase magic and thus magic damage output pretty much. But it might be a bit more difficult since they did not pick up the chest that has
No,
Gil in
we
it.
got it.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, because you're only doing 2, okay. Sure. For the Aloydai fight coming up, there are 2 strategies depending on what the enemy does, because he will either open up with the Protega that will cast the Protect on our party, which is a debuff that increases physical damage that we take, or he will cast the Shelga, which, well, is the magic counterpart pretty much, and will increase magical damage that we take. And based on what he chooses, he will do different attacks later on, because he will either cast Ruin Gas, in the case of the Shelga, or he will just use Swipes in case of the Protega.
Wait, no. Equipment.
And the Protega variant of the fight is easier to do, it's safer, and I believe it's also faster, if I'm not mistaken.
The Protega is faster, yes.
Yeah, by like a few seconds.
Nice.
I guess we got the Protega. Okay, that's easy then. It is
Yeah,
much
the
safer.
Protega just auto chain and then do raw spells and then he dies.
Yeah, the Dishal guy is much more scary because you need to work around the rolling gas, launching the party into the air, and then also there is a high risk of Aloydai like managing to use Land Shatter at the end of the fight that pretty much wipes the party. But thankfully in the Protega variant it like should never happen.
Alright, nice.
Really nicely done. Let's go. This fight like can be scary in a normal speedrun, and like in this case when they are playing together, I imagine it's like even worse.
Yeah, that's the first really scary fight of the run.
Yeah, the Shelga setup is definitely
It's
harder.
top 3 hardest fights in the run. The Protega is...
definitely.
But it's still scary, you can still die to the Protega if you're not careful. Oh, we can grab that chest. Oh no,
Yeah,
we
we
don't
should've.
need, we don't need.
We should have waited for...
But he's coming.
Yeah, like they should be waiting here for Hope, because if you don't wait and just run off, it takes him longer
Yeah, we could
to
get...
come to you.
We don't need that chest though, no. We should get that one though,
Yeah,
for the
later.
warning.
Mm.
We should get the warding talisman though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought that chest that we skipped was for
Gisalgrim.
Gisalgrins, but no,
Yes,
it's
it is
money.
Gisalgrin, yeah.
we
Even,
don't
even
need
if it
money.
was, you can pick it later.
Imagine doing marathon safety strats, wow.
The leader was a Cirrus, right?
I don't want to be short on Academia 500.
Cirrus would read
I really don't want to be short on Academia 500.
and guide her.
It's okay, we can pick it with when we're riding the Choco.
That Choco?
No.
I know the one. Do you think it can ride this Chocobo? Yeah, skip a bunch of cutscenes, we don't... I like the lore, but we are on a schedule, so...
I mean, sadly Pharaoh is busy and I don't know the lore, so I will not be talking about it. So sorry guys. Normally Pharaoh is the one explaining what's happening, but I have no idea, so...
Menu?
Yeah, no.
Ah. So
Oh,
here...
yeah.
Go ahead, Olsen.
So in this menu we will level up Snow's Ravager again, and then Sarah learns a new role, which is Saboteur, which casts debuffs on the enemy. So we will set up that new role in one of our paradigms. And we will prepare for the next fight, which will be trying to catch Gahongas. And Gahongas will be our synergist, which is a role that buffs our party.
Yeah, and buffs and debuffs basically had multipliers, and this game really likes multipliers.
Yeah, similar to 13, we will be like stacking buffs and debuffs, so we will be buffing our party with Gahongas, and we will be debuffing the enemies with Sarah's Saboteur. And all those multipliers, all those damage multipliers will stack together, and we will end up dealing like massive amounts of damage very soon.
It does.
But first I need to get the Gahongas to spawn, which is not always easy, and then the drop rate is what? Is it 20 or is it
Whenever you want
30?
to jump.
30%, yeah.
Yeah, like, Gahongas is easy to spawn, it's just hard to catch. Nekton is easy to catch, but hard to spawn.
Yeah, because like
That's
you
dogs.
usually get like a lot of the Nekton enemies, whereas Gahongas there's only 1 or 2 of them.
I think
Oh,
I
she
think
fell! She did.
she's asleep.
She's
Oh
asleep.
no! Poor lady. Jesus.
We will for this?
Why not?
Because we cannot despawn if it's bad. Okay.
But yeah, since they got the wrong encounter, they got the aggressive encounter, they just tried to despawn it, getting like close to the town. And they got the encounter with a single Gahongas, which is, I guess, safer. But
It's a
you know,
lot better.
you only get 1 chance.
Yeah,
Give me this
Terrifying.
encounter any day.
yeah, it's faster. You do not get interrupted. It's better.
I mean, obviously it's faster if you get like first try Gahongas, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about the battle for the battle timer. It's a 20-second battle timer instead of
That's
40.
the wrong enemy.
Yeah,
Did we get it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
There's no crystal.
Wow, this guy just spawning on top of us.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see how many attempts it will take. What was the record again? Like, I don't remember for this game. How much
30
it
or
was?
something.
See?
But this is the third
Okay.
time, so hopefully they will get that catch quickly. This
There.
is like definitely one of the biggest reset points in the round.
Ah, ruthless.
There it is, third try, that's not bad.
Yeah, first try is definitely not bad. We'll take those.
Really decent, especially for a marathon.
First try is a myth, by the way. First try just does not exist.
Like, back when I was running this game, I was getting first try most of the time, honestly. Like, every single run, pretty much. I don't know.
Give me your luck, Olsen. I need it.
Menu now.
Another menu, since we caught Gahongas, we will put him in our party. We will also level him up a bit for him to learn Faith. Faith is the buff that increases our magic. So pretty much we will be casting Faith on ourselves to increase our magic, and we will be casting D-Shell and later on also D-Protect on the enemies for them to take more physical or magical damage.
Okay.
This is a lot harder than it
Yeah,
looks.
yeah.
Like, menuing is so much harder than fights.
And also I believe that the
It is.
paradigms that you set up here pretty much stay for the rest of the game. And you only swap Chichu Nekton for Chichu later on, and that's
Yes,
it.
we do.
Yeah, there really isn't much menuing in this game, which is pretty unusual for an RPG, I guess, or a JRPG.
Okay, next location, Sunlit Waterscape, where we fight Mr. Royal Reckless, the big boy that destroys the frame rate.
Yeah, it's the first time. I think it doesn't happen on 13, right? Where we get a party of 4 members.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And on 13 it doesn't happen. In this game it happens for 2 fights.
Yeah.
Because we have a guest.
Why? Why did she react the way she did? Wow. That is one gigantic monster.
So for the Royal Rightness fight, like I said, they will be hopping into Malevolence quickly, which is the paradigm with Gahongas to get paid, but I guess first we get the... Yeah, never mind. First they will clean up a bit, they will get the D-Shell from Sarah, and then shift into Malevolence to get Faith on Noel. And then it's pretty much a matter of spamming Auroras.
Give me the...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Error. My bad.
No, no problem.
It's fine.
I'll cover you. Don't be a fool.
And one small thing that I will be doing here is trying to combat both Auroras, so they will be casting Aurora, and if you shift into the commando paradigm with the proper timing, you can actually combat both the Auroras, so they will both deal double damage. So now it's pretty much a matter of just, you know, doing the Aurora all the time until the rightness dies. Pretty simple.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, I got cancelled.
Okay, that was a bit spooky.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it was
correct.
fine. My turn. This one actually looks really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the QTEs look amazing on a single game. You know, besides the random damage numbers that don't do anything, actually they are just there.
Yeah, we see damage numbers, but they're like the boss is already dead. They aren't doing anything. They're just for show.
I wonder if those numbers also have damage rolls. They do, right?
Yeah, like are they random or are they like based on something? I have
Yeah,
no
I
idea.
have no
actually,
idea.
because
I've
I
never
pay
paid
to them.
attention to them, but I'm pretty sure they also have damage rolls based on something.
We want to make sure the boss is really dead.
No, yeah. Gotta get to
Oh
the
yeah,
negative.
there were incentives for Sarah and Noel's outfits. I'm not sure if they ever. And there should be also an incentive for swapping places, but I don't know if we are going for those. But if not, we are definitely going to pick an outfit for Noel.
What's got your attention?
Not Noel, Mog.
Got it. If we get stuck.
I mean, I guess we can do it even if it's not official, so if anyone wants to donate for that,
Younger than me.
go ahead.
I guess so.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
These Flan aren't stopping anytime soon.
And now we are chasing some flans around because I don't know why, for reasons.
Alright, so the Royal Ripeness is being fueled by two paradoxes, and the paradoxes are essentially grabbing flans from all the way across space and time and feeding them into the Royal Ripeness. We are trying to find where these paradoxes came from to try and correct them. So Royal Ripeness grows into its original form that is defeatable.
They sure know how to stay in line.
So this is where they were all
So the
trying
first
to-
Miniflan fight coming up, it's again the same thing. We'll get Faith on Noel and then just combo her Aurora on different targets until they all die. And we will be pretty much switching targets to try to distribute the damage as much as possible to kill all of them quickly.
We don't even need to debuff them because they're so weak.
And we are also hoping to get a Miniflan drop here, or on the next fight I guess. Because we'll be trying to infuse that guy into Chichu later on.
If necessary, most of the time it is necessary.
Yeah, we got one.
When you try to cutscene skip too fast and the
No.
game's like, nope.
Yeah, this game is very finicky with cutscene skipping.
All 13 games are, to be honest.
Yeah.
All in
Like the
their
problem
own
is
way.
like every single game in the trilogy is different in terms of skipping, like the timing is different in each and every game.
Yeah.
So when you like run all three games at the same time, it's so difficult to switch between them.
Yes. Me and Olsen both know that. We need to...
Like,
is that gonna work?
Yeah, yeah. No.
for example, every time I do 13-2 and then I come back to 13, I try to jump or sprint like in LR, even though we cannot jump nor sprint. in
Yeah,
the
I
game.
try to sprint every time I stop running LR and start to run
Yeah.
something else.
That happens.
Then like some options in the battle menu are swapped, so like in 13.2 the item menu is one input shorter I believe than in 13. So
The-
when I want to go into the item menu I end up switching party leaders all the time.
It depends, because I use auto battle default, I have to
Oh, that's...
input twice for items.
yeah, and
on
it's only
13
once
too.
in 13, right? So like it's reversed I guess, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's still different.
So yeah, we're done with one half of the paradox, we have the second half, which is a lot harder. For the first half of the paradox, we just need to go to the Colosseum, talk to the Arbiter. The Arbiter says, I don't want this, go away. Like, okay, give it to us, we'll take it away.
They're pouring out a
And that's it for the second half. We're actually gonna have to fight the dragon for it. And a lot more things. Not just the dragon. If it was just a dragon, it would be easy.
Check it out.
So this is also a bit of a route change. Have you talked about the differences?
So basically on PC, people can go for this route called early Graviton Core, and console goes for basically late Graviton Core. There are some PC builds where people experience that the late Graviton Core is also better. So basically, depending on which one you go through, you might need to get one wild artifact here, or you might be able to skip the cutscene in this place. We're going to go for the late Graviton Core because Pharaoh experienced that late Graviton Core is better for
Yeah, I
for
just
his
prefer.
build.
I prefer.
Yeah, and
Light for
also
light.
and also for console it's better. It's basically you're gonna get more loading screens
Lived at the end of
or
days.
in battles if you're going for
Or late.
early.
Trying to get to.
And there
But there are people that go for early that experience getting less encounters, so it's better for them. It's a little bit strange. We will talk more about it later when we go to the place where it actually
It's more.
matters.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah.
important.
For now, basically just remember that there are two different routes and we just skip one wild artifact because we're gonna get it later.
Also, the throw for that wild artifact is awful.
It is.
Okay. Now that we have both artifacts, we can actually take chocobos, and the chocobo ride is a lot faster than going on foot for the next gate.
This gate leads back to the Historia Crux, right?
When I was starting out, I had no idea you can like jump with the chocobo like to the side, and I was just using the
Same.
thingy. Like I was getting off the chocobo and walking on foot the rest of the way,
Oh!
and then like, oh, you can jump here. Whoa!
Yeah, this jump is specifically not obvious at all.
Civil War finally toppled.
Yeah, it's a very thin yellow line.
Monster?
So I like to put the chocobo really close to the gate, because this chocobo loves jumping like a moron.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't have one here. Here on the step, in order to even begin to think about fighting the dragon, we are going to have to help the people in this village.
Maybe they can tell us what's
The
going on.
the first phase of that is just a fight, very straightforward. The second one is a lot more interesting and fun.
Yeah, I said there are a lot of mechanics in this game. There are also side quests. Let's go. There's everything.
Yeah, side quests in 13 aren't really side quests. I mean, they are, but it's just fighting.
The chest that we pick up here has Grimoire Hat, which is an item that in this route they will be selling later on, because it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, but there's some routes that don't sell this. Keep it for end game, because it's
Yeah,
very
it's pretty
useful.
much an item that makes the late game safer, because it allows you to heal more with potions. But who needs safety when you can go fast?
Need some pests.
Many?
We should search somewhere in
Yeah,
this area.
no.
Since the fight is coming up, another menu leveling up our characters a bit.
Did
No
we
one gets
get
Blizzaga,
seasons?
which is awesome.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah, so we want Necton to learn Thunder here, but if you do not have the materials for it, you just need to level up Zwerg instead and infuse Zwerg into Necton for him to learn the Thunder.
Nope. Unlucky.
Okay, not too bad.
I'm facing one.
And the fight coming up is actually kind of scary sometimes, like super random. The times differ between like sub 30 seconds and like 50 or 60 seconds, depending on what happened. Because once again, we want to get Faith on Null, we want to debuff Chocobo, and then it's a matter of who manages to like interrupt whom. If we manage to interrupt the Chocobo and the rest of the enemies, it's fine. But sometimes they all just like jump onto Null and you cannot do anything at all. But it looks like a decent fight so far.
Yeah, this is second turn.
Since as you can see, we can just like launch everyone into the air with Blizzaga, so if we manage to do that, it's pretty nice. And then when the flan remains, we just kill it with Auroras.
Okay. That was not bad at all. That was really good.
Yeah, really clean, honestly. What was the time? 40 seconds. That's pretty nice.
Whoa! What the?
No, you switch the Cactuar to go back. Like everyone, I love how everyone is freaked out by getting teleported back to Cactuar statue.
Backing up so. Some of
Right, second half, we are going to abuse Mog's properties as a cute Moogle to get sheep. Because for some reason, if you throw Mog, the sheep will be drawn to him, and they won't run away.
Yeah, so the scary part about this is that when you throw Mog away, when you get an encounter, the Mog clock will like proceed very, very quickly, and it's very dangerous. So pretty much you don't want to be running around without Mog by your side, if possible.
Those are really
So in this
nice,
specific
though.
case here, after getting the two first sheep, they will get the encounter most likely right after. Or maybe not. There it is. There we go. And then they can just continue to get the third sheep.
Give me.
Will it work?
Yeah.
Oh, it will, nice.
So it's a matter pretty much of like squeezing the encounters in between the sheep just to make it safe. Because you don't want to get locked into the fights here.
No, if you get a fight in here without Mog by your side, you're forced to crooks out. Okay, and now that we have done with the sheep, we can actually use this machine. This machine will essentially change the weather, and we want to manipulate the weather so it becomes sunny. That spawns Feral, and then stormy, so that Feral stays but is weakened due to the storm. Because we cannot fight Feral while it's under the sun. I think not only because Feral is stronger, but also because he's being protected by a Longwy.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, there's a Longwy.
Yeah, there's a
up here.
Longwy.
Mhm.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
you get
force
a
another
Longwy right there in
encounter.
front.
Because after the boss fight, they will be throwing Mog for another chest pickup, so they want to get rid of the encounter before it happens.
I wonder if there's some kind of way to kill the Longwy.
For any percent, I don't think.
No,
there
I
is.
don't. I mean, casually.
Oh, no, casually there is. You just do the 160 abstract. Or do like me and whack at it with birds.
Hmm.
On my last casual playthrough of this game, I only used Chocobos as my monsters. It was a lot of fun.
Golden Chocobo is a really good commander.
Spawn?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Nice.
nice. Perfect. Alright,
Okay.
this one is tight.
This one is one of the two only battles where we're gonna use the strikes, basically for position. It's the only sense that strikes make, basically.
Yeah,
Oh
you want to
my
get close
God.
to Feral with Null because soon Feral will jump into the air and you want to get pushed back so that Null will be separated from the rest of the party. We also jump into the Sentinel Paradigm quickly to
We
tank the
didn't get
attack,
Fate.
then switch to Malevolence
We
to
didn't
get
get
Fate
Fate.
on Null, then switch back to... Oh, they did not get the Fate, but it's okay, I
Right,
guess.
now change.
Like, you want to switch
Okay.
quickly between Feral's attacks pretty much just to get the buff on Null.
Okay, plus.
This looks spooky, but it should be okay with some potions.
Yeah, we are
After
good on
it's like
potions at least.
Yeah, the rest of the fight is pretty much just combating Blizzard Blizzaga until Feral dies. And like
Sarah's dead.
Shonen said, by using the
No,
strikes
no.
we get close to Null, which made Null
At
be
the
pushed
start,
back right
Noel
now.
just didn't want to attack. That was awful.
That was really bad.
Well, let's try again.
I
I
don't know.
mean, this is
why we
definitely
did
one
it.
of the more dangerous fights in the run. And like not getting that faith and definitely disrupted it a bit.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Like, he's doing it again. What the hell?
Yeah, sometimes.
Didn't
Once again,
get
backing the
moved, yeah.
first attack, going to Malevolence for Faith, going back to Patient Probing.
Wow.
We might be shifting too early? I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm.
This is being very strange.
But yeah, this is pretty precise on time, and you know, doing it with 2 people is definitely even harder, so...
Okay, now he's acting normal.
There it is. Because yeah, previously like Noel for some reason was like bonking off of the Fire's model or something, I don't know. And refused to attack, because you also want to train as high as possible to stagger instantly pretty much after Fire's attacks. There we go, that's much better.
That's how that
And you
fight's
can-
supposed to look, always.
And you can see how far away Noel is from the rest of the party, which would make him like be way safer, because Fire's attack should not be reaching him for the most part. So now it's just a matter of combo-offering these abilities like a few times until it dies.
Nice.
There we go, let's go. And right after the fight, they will be throwing Mog for the chest
I hate
on the
this
cliff.
throw. Why do I have to do this throw?
I hate this throw
First
so
try,
much.
let's go.
Hey, let's go. And now they will also like close in on the flower patch, I guess, that there is here. Because we will be coming back to this location in a bit. For the most important party member.
Yeah, the most important party member, the one that does all the heavy lifting. Yeah, this game actually gets really hard late game. If it wasn't for this monster, I don't think it would have been possible. There's a category called No Monsters, and it drives up the levels from Sarah and Noel just so they can kill things without this guy.
Where's Snow?
Someone said in the chat earlier that it's pretty impressive that you are doing it like together without controller, but honestly, like for the late game, it's Chichu doing all the work, so it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, to be honest.
We just need to tell Chichi what he needs to kill next.
I mean, I'm joking here, but honestly, like Chichu will be doing most of our damage in the late game.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is what happens to the royal ripeness once the paradox has been resolved. Turns into the mutant tomato. And even though he's supposed to be weaker, he's actually a lot stronger.
Yeah, the fight is pretty similar, but it's way more dangerous, and it's actually possible to die definitely here. It's also a bit random depending on which attacks you become tomato death, because some of the attacks launch the party, and that's not nice. So we want to stagger quickly and then hope that Snow will launch Mutant Tomato into the air, which should prevent him from attacking us. And from that point on, it's easy. But you know, we still need to stagger before you die.
Okay, hit me.
Yes, we should be good from here. Even though Noel is poisoned, this fight is pretty much over now.
Yeah, this is pretty tight on HP, as you can see, like we are very close to dying, but like just not quite close enough. It's fine.
A little scary.
Yeah.
But this fight is
Just a
also
tiny
a little
bit.
scary.
But pretty much we will be on very low HP in most of the fights, like that's how this game works. We just try to kill them before we die, and that's it.
Kill them before they kill us.
That
That bonked. He bonked. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, and if you ever miss the Mog throw, we can just switch the party leaders for Mog to come back instantly.
You did it!
So we know that's a nice backup in case you mess up a throw.
And there's not gonna be any sensitive fights.
No.
Or Bacchius is the next one.
Yeah.
And we have a menu there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead.
The first visits to the Boy Beyond, we're not gonna do anything, but the third one is gonna be pretty important.
Yeah. We have 3 visits total to the Void Beyond. The first one is just to tell you that this exists. The second one has a little more, and then the third one is the very big one, the one where you get stuck for a while.
Yeah.
And we are now going to this place that we opened a million years ago. But only now we are strong enough to deal with the challenge we're gonna have here.
Did they really want an empty, dead world?
Crystal puzzles.
Just the puzzles. So they are related with the FPSs because we're running at 60. They're gonna change way faster, so it's gonna be tricky. Especially I'm used to the console run, so yeah.
Yeah, usually console is supposed to be the harder platform just because we have lower FPS, so it's harder to do things properly, but in this case I guess PC is the more difficult one.
Yeah, by far.
Just grab one. No, let it go, let it go. No,
So yeah, in this minigame in this puzzle you just want to connect the crystals that have the same color. There's a pattern to it that we know that we try to do.
No, this one, that one, there we go.
And also if you are holding a crystal, the colors will not change, so we can use that to your advantage.
Yeah, the trick here is just to hold the crystal as soon as possible, and then try to do the first pattern.
Okay, we have to take that chance. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Great encounter. I think that's just for free. I don't think we need to even force an encounter here.
We might get a late encounter here, but gamble on it.
Come on, Mom.
Oh!
Okay, doesn't matter. Go there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know where to go.
Yeah,
That sucks. I got an early
Yeah, because
one.
they got the first encounter early, like the one before the chest. It also made it so they got another one just before the puzzle, unfortunately. That's how tight it is in some places. It was only like, what, 2 steps away?
Yeah. As soon as I managed to press X for the exit, that's when the encounter spawned. That was unfortunate. And it spawned in the place where we didn't really have anywhere to go. Even though they didn't aggro on us, they aggroed on the back on the robots.
Another head scratcher.
Another head scratcher. Yeah, this one. This one.
There are 3 sets of puzzles here, and this is the second
Wait,
set,
here.
which consists of 2 puzzles, I believe, and then the third one is like 3 puzzles.
Yeah, first one is 1 puzzle, second one is 2 puzzles, and the third one is 3 puzzles. And I even know all of the monsters associated with them.
Wow, flexing on me again, let's go.
Like,
But
grab this one. Okay. Those. This one. This one. Can I? Oh. Well, I can do this one now. Nice. Now, sometimes you get stuck on the crystals. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and doing it quickly is definitely not easy. Like, the puzzle might seem easy, but it's not, honestly. Like, to get the proper movement and learn how to hold the crystals in place. So for the colors not to change.
Alright, and this is one of the biggest time saves the run has had in the last, what, 3 years?
probably.
Yeah, normally we would use the chocobo to get up there on the roof to grab the graviton core, but you can like just reveal it from here and then throw Mog to get it.
Yeah,
Ends
that
up sliding like a minute, so thanks Hawk Snow, I guess.
this one's gonna bonk. Yeah. I don't know. Never mind.
Nice.
Yeah, this was found by Hawk Snow on the FF Relay on 2020. Nobody paid attention to that, but I just realized on one random stream of him doing it, and I was like, this is faster. So I checked
I think
that
I'll
out.
force one here. Before we go
Yeah,
down the
while
stairs.
walking we will get it. Or...
Yeah, Hawk Snow is a Japanese runner that does a lot of things like differently. Most of the things I guess don't make sense to us at least.
yeah, there are a lot of things like...
They are weird, but this particular thing like ends up being a lot faster actually,
Yeah.
so that's amazing.
It saves like almost a minute, it's pretty huge.
It is a bit random on like depending how, it is a bit random in terms of how much time it actually saves because there is some randomness involved with the encounters that you can get later on.
Yeah.
But it definitely is a huge time save nonetheless.
Wait, where? What? Ah, yeah, this is why PC is a little longer. Now we do this one. There we go. The next one is easy. The next one is the only easy one.
Yeah, because we just go in circle, that's nice.
Yeah. Then this.
But sadly the last one is just awful.
It's faster to wait for the cycle there. And the last one is the Pantheon. And it's bad because it has holes. It's the only one that has holes. Yeah, that went really well
Yeah, that
though.
was good.
There. That's the last puzzle of the run, so to speak.
You solved the paradox, Kupo.
Right on schedule. Now we find the gate and its artifact.
There might be other things.
Another menu coming up because we will have another boss fight with Caius, so once again we will level up our characters, our party members. Once again, throw pretty much everything into Ravager.
Yeah, we do have a lot of CP to go through. We are going to get a bonus boost for Saboteur on Sarah so she can debuff more easily. And get Ravager on Wool because we already have these 5 ATVs. So we just get Ravager so he can chain more.
Yeah, because remember that our last menu was before the Goblin Fragment, and since then we've done quite a few fights, boss fights, that give a lot of CP, so we just have a lot of experience to spend.
Yeah, another thing in this game, fragments also give you CP, it's not just the fights themselves. So essentially, progressing normally through the plot will also give you experience, it's not just fighting. It is ATV. It is ATV, or is it sub?
Sub.
Okay. Next is ATV. And then one on Salvatore.
Yeah, Pharaoh said earlier that most of the time we will be getting the ATB level as soon as possible, but in this case we want the sub roll bonus for Sarah pretty much to inflict debuffs faster. Since debuffing in this game is not random at all, it just requires a certain number of casts depending on certain conditions. And getting the sub bonus pretty much means that she will need fewer casts to inflict the debuffs.
Yeah, we got a little level on Commando, that's fine. At this point it's fine to get a point in Commando for Noel.
Okay, I did not wait for the input.
The Caius fight is pretty simple once
My
again,
bad.
we will debuff him
Change.
and then we'll buff our party, but this is the first time that we'll use the Feral Link. Which is pretty much, I guess, maybe like limit break of this game, kinda, something
What
like
do you
that.
mean, sanctions?
I must protect.
Like each monster has a special ability that it can use, and in case of Gahongas, it's an ability that will cast all buffs on our whole party.
Yeah, it gets every single buff except for haste, which it's insanely broken.
Yeah, so everyone gets Faith, Caius gets D-Shield, and then we just stagger and murder him pretty much. He will try to heal up a bit, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes he doesn't even get to heal up. Yeah, there we go.
Shout out to the unskippable cutscene.
Yeah.
We cannot skip this. If we press start, it will ask us if we want to retry the fight. And the reason for that is we haven't seen the results screen yet, so this cutscene is essentially part of the fight.
Stop this, Caius. I am not going to fight you.
Times have changed.
It's not that bad though, because like if you want to watch it, the dialogues here are awesome, and if you don't want to, you get a free break in the middle of the run, so
Oh
that's
yeah,
also great.
this is awesome to go drink some water, go to the bathroom. Like, you can do all sorts of things during this break.
The timeline has already changed.
But
Also, if you change the future, you change the past.
Yes.
Important.
A lot happens in the
If
meantime.
you change the future, you change the past. You can remold
You can
history
remold
as your
history
heart
as your heart desires.
let's go now, before you are made to witness more.
That's all you need to know about the plot.
Yes.
Try to change the future by changing the past.
That's essentially what we're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. And also paradoxes, like if you don't know what's happening, it's a paradox, and that's
Yeah,
good
when
enough.
in doubt, it's always a paradox.
Kupo.
Right, artifact and cutscene.
Yeah, also very important dialogue option here.
Oh yeah. You always ask what the artifact sells for, even though it doesn't matter, because you just skip the cutscene afterwards.
Yeah, you can literally pick any option, it's not gonna matter. So basically because of that, the way we pick the Orba frag,
Graviton Core.
that the Graviton Core, we can skip picking up this Chocobo and riding all the way back. That's what we were doing before, so it saves quite a bit of time. Like now the problem is that depending if you get an aggressive encounter sooner or later, you will get the full time save or not. It's still faster even if you have to retry twice or 3 times.
Yeah, and
But-
since they got the encounter like quite a bit before the gate and had to take quite a lot of steps, it might be that they will get an encounter here like very early. But let's see what happens.
The eclipse is over. Or it never existed in the first place. History here has changed.
The paradox didn't happen.
Because ideally you want to get the encounter here very late so that you can despawn it with the cutscene.
Maybe that would have been enough of a draw for
The foul sea that
Only one
caused
way
the
to find out.
eclipse.
Yeah, but it's extremely common for you to get aggressives
Future,
here.
maybe? Who knows?
Yeah,
Do
but
we
like we said,
despawn?
like even
Do
if you
we
get
force
caught
it?
here, it's still much faster to do it this way.
Oh, it's spawned on top of the wall.
Oh no.
Yeah, we need to force it because we need to pick a gate afterwards. So still fine, one retry is pretty decent.
Yeah, like once again, this is a preparation for a bit later on.
Yeah.
Forcing the encounter here so as not to get it later on.
Yeah, because we need to ride a Chocobo now and then dismount to take the gate. When you're dismounting there, you could get the encounter.
You could get an
They didn't
encounter.
let the paradox
Yeah,
control
you take like what 1 or 2 steps there, or even 0 steps, and you can still get an encounter there. It's just
Yeah.
The act of dismounting the chocobo counts as a
I
step.
wonder if something happened to the gate.
Hi, Titai.
Why is it so crowded today?
Director, who are you waiting for?
I don't know. But
When you want to skip the cutscene too fast.
That one it still counts.
Yeah,
so-
sometimes it shows,
Yeah.
but then it doesn't actually let you skip the cutscene. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
right now, we don't have a
The same happens with the previous Pope, like, it does, you do not skip it, but you actually
Try
do.
asking some
It's
of the
weird.
people around here. They might know something that will help.
So here there's 2 items we want to uncover with Mog.
giddy up.
And we get the chest first. Oh, we didn't get it! Oh, because we wouldn't face him,
Yeah.
probably.
We did it.
No.
Now we gotta find out which gate it belongs to.
Yeah, we get the next mysterious artifact, and then we get
900 guilds.
yeah, money, because money is important in this run.
Yeah, it's pretty,
When's
it's
the
quite
futures?
tight.
The past is
Shoutouts to losing world record runs to money shortage.
Yeah.
What? Oh, Mog.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mog.
Damn smog.
Chonky Mog.
Monk champ.
The field went 4, yeah. Where's the chest? Here.
And part of the problem is, like, if you go fast and don't get a lot of random encounters, you also don't get many drops, which means you get less money from it, or from them.
Yeah, the field when going too fast sometimes it's actually slow.
Yeah, the chest pickup here is super important. Like, the unicorn horn that we get here will be used in the final boss battle. In, like, almost 2
It's
hours.
like it's on purpose. Alright, get ready for Resident Sleeper.
Yeah, this part is pretty boring.
And once again, they dismounted the chocobo, making sure it's facing the direction that they will be, like, heading into after they come back there.
Just some small optimization.
Yeah, in Augusta 300 pretty much nothing happens, we are just here to get the keycard.
Yeah, encounters here can be aggressive, but aggressives are extremely rare. But passives can spawn in bad places too and just ruin your day. Hopefully we won't get any of that.
Yeah, and I mean, the encounters being super rare actually makes it even worse when you actually get them and get caught. That feels super bad, because you should never be caught here. Also, it took me quite a while to realize that the voice is telling you the password.
the code, yeah.
Yeah, the voice is telling you the code. I didn't realize when I was playing casually either. I just went to see the code. What was the answer?
Like, I heard the numbers, but I had no idea it's actually connected in any way to anything.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I only remember the first 3 because they were 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think I pretty much guessed one of the passwords, like, based on the first few or something.
Oh, that's unlucky. Can we despawn them?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Yeah, if we can't despawn these enemies, that's when we have to crooks out. Or fight them. But crooksing out I think is faster.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, at this point we are definitely, like, way too weak to just fight the enemies here.
We are
We are going to
do
get
half
super
the things
strong
we did
shortly
this
though.
run. I mean, truth be told, we are way too weak to do half the things we did this run. We just let Chichu do everything for us. Yeah, so we build Ravager because for the first half of the run we can actually combo for things to kill them. On the second half of the run we are essentially chain bots for Chichu.
That's how it's done.
We might get a bad encounter right now.
Lucky. Oh, but we still need to get to this switch.
Yeah, I think we're...
Oh, we force it here.
No, don't force it.
No? YOLO it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can...
We can despawn
Yeah,
it.
by going through this way.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things can happen here. I once got soft-locked.
Oh, yeah.
I once got soft-locked. And Shonen got an encounter with the mock lock, but with no encounter. Was that here or was it
Yeah,
in
that was
200?
here. Yeah, that was here.
It was here, yeah. So the mock clock appeared, but the mini-map didn't change, and there was no enemy. That was super weird, and you can't even chalk it up to being PC, because that was a console run.
I don't know how I got rid of it, actually.
I think you walked around enough and eventually it's gone.
Despawn, yeah, I had to despawn an invisible encounter. Weird.
Oh. Can I despawn? Yeah.
Okay, that's actually good, so we don't
Yeah,
have
we
to
don't have
force.
to, yeah. Because usually you would have to force an encounter before leaving this place, but with the encounter being so close there, we don't actually have to. Which is really nice. So we can just grab the key and get out of here. And the reason why we are jumping up the tables is because being on the tables doesn't actually increase the step counter.
Yeah, if you pay attention to the minimap, the table does not count as floor, so that's the thing.
Alright. So we still have a little bit of Rhythm and Sleeper left. We're just going to take the next chocobo to the next gate while getting a chest on the way for materials. Nice.
You can also move like while the location is loading, while the loading screen is finishing. So if you know which direction you want to go, we can just like move in while the loading is happening. To save a bit of time.
Yeah, once the screen turns white, you can basically move.
Alright, this is the second visit to the Void Beyond.
Wait, I skipped the first one. Somehow I did not notice that at all. Oh my god. And I was like trying to figure out this is the first time or not, but like no way.
Do we grab the chest for the power chips?
Okay.
Yeah, there's an optional chest here. We're just gonna take it. Make sure we can't. We really don't want the run to die to bad drops.
Something looks different
Oh, right.
from last time we were here.
What?
Mog, is this
There
even
we
the
go.
same place?
This is the Void Beyond, Kubo. It's just one of the many shadows of
Yeah, like the first visit happens when you finish Sunlight Waterscape with Mutant Tomato. The second one happens after Yaska's 1XX.
Alright, and when we leave this visit, we unlock 2 locations. We are going to Serendipity first, even though it doesn't advance the plot in any way. But we do need to come here for a very important ability pickup.
Yeah, I believe that the one that we get here allows us to sell items for more money, pretty much.
We get
Is that the
2
one?
here, that's one of them. The other one is the one that actually allows us to get Chichu and Silver Chocobo.
Oh yeah, the enhanced throw or however that's called.
Yeah, improved Mog reveal.
Okay, there we go.
Or improved Mog throw.
Improved Mog Throw
Improved
allows
Mog
Mog to pick up invisible items, so to speak.
This must.
Yeah. Sell things for more money and allow Mog to get things that aren't there to be seen, and this is the first one.
Fingers crossed. Let's go, I believe.
I think we put the outfits on the Academia menu when you put Chichu. We put it on everyone. Put something on Chichu, put something on Sarah, put something on Roland, put something on Mog.
Okay.
Yeah, Chichu is essentially hiding somewhere in this flower bed. And... okay.
Yes.
And here starts mid-game. These next 2 locations are the worst in the entire run, in terms of encounters. Because Academia doesn't really respond to a stab counter, it works in a completely different way.
Who did this?
Not a human. Only felt
Iroga.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully the fights here are pretty quick, like we just combo for Eroga or Blizzag and one-shot most of the enemies, but you know, it is still annoying. We have to go through them.
We gotta stop it.
Oh, there's an enemy there. We're gonna have to fight. Unlucky.
Yeah, it's RNG here, sometimes like you don't get the enemy here and can just walk up the escalator without having this additional fight.
Alright.
We will be doing another shops here, selling the Grumar hat that they picked up in the archive step and buying the power slivers, whatever the name
Power
is.
slivers.
Yeah,
I
to
can
level
never
up
tell how
Chichu.
many power slivers I need here. I just buy too few.
It's either 15 or 16, depending if you have 9 or...
You need 24, right?
Yeah.
There we go. They also
Also
lured out
this one
the ghouls a bit to make the way safer.
Wait, not that one. This one. 15?
Yeah.
They're taking
Oh.
a position in front of the wall.
We don't even have ghouls pestering us. Nice.
You
So this fight, they love interrupting us. I don't think I've ever gotten a fight that I've not been interrupted here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Henry's notes say, I think, to do a rogue error after you get hit once, but it doesn't work at all. Like, the notes are wrong. That was actually pretty good.
Must have been the gatekeeper.
In my
huh?
experience, if you get interrupted one and you only get Blizzara, you can also kill by refreshing to try Disaster on Blizzara Blitzaga and come back for that one.
Cancer fight is also awful. Like, if he doesn't target Null, it's pretty quick, but he always targets Null, so... like so. And then just keeps Null interrupted all the time, that's super annoying.
I didn't even need to combo for it.
Nice.
Like, essentially the fights are bad when the enemies can do a sliver of what you can do to them. Very... yeah, we get constructed.
And like you can see, we are not even going to Malevolence in these fights to get Faith, because you just don't need buffs, like the enemies just die super quickly, so it doesn't matter at all if you have the buffs or not.
That's pretty quick.
There's
Here.
another chest pickup here, yeah.
What? There we go. But before the chest pickup, we actually need to kill these things.
Is this fight always here, or is it not always here?
Hey,
Because,
It's
I'm
always
confused.
here. It's not a PC versus console thing.
Why would you do that?
Okay, nice.
Moonsfall will like that.
We got also great drops.
Wouldn't think twice
Yeah, we
about
got the power orbs, potent orbs. So we can just keep leveling the mini form.
And after this fight, they will be taking a very specific path on the right to try and hope and try like avoid the enemy, or to run into the cutscene
But after
to
this
skip the
fight,
fight.
we need to level Chichu.
Okay, mini no.
Say hello to the beach ball of murder. That's Kahonga's. Mesh.
Nice. Yeah, wow.
Wow, that's a lot of potent art.
Yeah, we can get an extra level.
Yeah, so from now on, in most of the boss fights, the
wait,
important
wait,
thing will
wait.
be
We still need to
to
infuse.
change paradigms in such a way to
No,
refresh
we
Chichu.
don't.
Infuse mini flan. No, infuse
Oh,
nectar.
next one, yeah. Go.
No, but it is.
Oh, yeah.
No, not this one.
Sorry, we level up Chichu here and also infuse Necton into Chichu for him to learn magic plus 10% to increase his magic output, his magic damage output. And now hopefully they will avoid the encounter by walking into the cutscene.
There we go.
And then try and do the same with the next one.
The game can crash here. Retry or fight.
Return.
Okay. I'm gonna stand still for a bit. Hopefully. Okay, good. Yeah, the game can
Nice.
crash here on PC if you take a fight without the mock clock being active. It's very Papega.
Another chest pickup that will be also selling for money as is the case most of the time. So in this spot here, there are no encounters on PC, and I believe on console there's always one.
Yeah, on
Right before
PC
the
there's
escalator,
never
yeah.
one, on console there's always one here.
For me.
Yeah, that's a thing because of how the encounter works on different places. Like that also happens on pressure rings when you're forcing one encounter inside the tunnels. That's one of the reasons why the early Graviton core works better on PC, but for some builds it doesn't. Like,
That's a lot of enemies. So if we went for early build, we would take that right ramp.
Where are you going, Dryas?
That one.
Fight me!
yeah, we can keep working.
Yeah, we need to be careful so the game doesn't crash here again. This looks fine though.
I think this one is transformed.
I think we fight this or escape.
Yes, we can escape. I think.
Ay, that was so close. That was so close.
We try again and then we can get fancier.
Hopefully, as long as they don't spawn on top of us.
Mm-hmm. No, never mind.
That was so close, Jesus.
Oh my
That's a really
god.
good corridor.
That was a really good corridor. Ow. Ow. Yeah, this is just the way Fencer works.
So yeah, with the other route, you just go down the escalator, pretty much avoid all these encounters, but in turn you can get different ones that can be even more annoying.
Yeah, because if you go down, then most of the time you're gonna have fights you cannot escape from.
We're getting
Yep.
closer to the gate.
Exactly.
And now we have one of the scariest fights in the run.
Yeah.
Well, not now, but we do need to kill these mobs first. It's afterwards.
Yeah,
If we manage
the
to-
first two
Oh,
fights
right.
are pretty simple. Once again, getting Faith on Null and then D-Shell on the enemies, and then just, you know, killing them with Aurora from Bufford.
I'm so sad we don't have haste in this game.
Yeah, it's a shame. But, you know, haste was completely broken in the 13th, so they just nerfed it into the ground in this one.
I mean, it's not haste that's nerfed, it's the way you can get it. It's
I
almost
guess, yeah,
impossible for you to get haste in this game.
Okay.
Second one, this one's arguably easier because it's just one enemy.
Yeah, and for the Zenobia fight coming up, it starts with its tentacles out and we need to kill the tentacles first. Which is a bit random, like depending on how they spread out, you can kill them very quickly or very slowly.
Didn't get it.
And after you kill the tentacles, you can start
Someone's
attacking the main body. For that we will want to stagger it. We will once again use the Feral Link of Gahongas to get buffs on our party. We will cast Deprotect and D-Shell on Zenobia. And then post-stagger, they will pretty much try to alternate attacks of Sarah and Nola and Chichu in order to keep Zenobia interrupted.
So
And then very importantly, once they reach a certain HP threshold, they will try to ATB refresh Chichu so as to keep the stun lock going, because once you reach a certain threshold, Zenobia will try to go back into defensive stance, and you need to avoid that at all costs.
Oh yeah,
But
we
for now, like I
need to
said,
be
yeah, they are
refresher.
dealing with the tentacles first,
Yeah,
which is a bit
that
random.
in. Oh, it's not there.
Yeah, sometimes they just do not want to die.
This looks so low.
Once again, chaining to stagger, getting all the buffs with Feral Link. They will shortly switch to Ruthless to get D-Shell and D-Protect from Sarah.
Leave me rest.
Yeah, and then back to Relentless to stagger and chain.
Okay. And this is the tricky part.
Yeah, you need to keep Zenobia interrupted, especially once you reach the threshold, or it will go into defensive and we will not be able to damage it
more.
Yeah,
anymore.
repeat and put me on server.
Chichu! Does that work?
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
That
so like you
was
could see
really
them
unfortunate.
wait for Chichu to finish his 4th attack and then shift the paradigm immediately. That
Wait,
was
no,
supposed to-
it has to be from last battle.
Oh, don't quit. Oh my god.
That was
Well, let's try
really
again.
unlucky.
Yeah.
So I guess one thing we haven't mentioned yet is
Because
the
Chichu
animation
didn't
canceling,
attack.
so
Why
pretty
didn't
much-
Chichu attack? What an idiot.
Happens.
I have no idea, yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
But pretty much when you shift paradigms with the ATB refresh, and you do it right after your party member finishes his string, they will start the next string immediately, without doing a ready animation. And that's what you need Chichu to do there. And since, like you could see, Chichu did not follow up his string with the next one, that gave Zenobia time to go into defensive stance. Which meant we will not be able to kill it. Since then we'll need to, again, kill all the tentacles, then once again we will be able to damage Zenobia. And the problem is, when the tentacles go back, it is way more scary, because they are way more dangerous, with way more damage. It's all bad stuff, we don't want to see that. So hopefully the second try goes better.
Hopefully the second try Chichu actually acts, does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure we did get the refresh there, so that was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, he definitely did.
So once again, after we reach certain HP, we wait for Chichu to attack 4 times, and then we switch paradigm.
Next one?
He
Or
should
one more?
attack 4 times again and finish the fight off.
There we go. This time should be fine. Thanks, Chichu, for being a troll.
Unfortunately.
A little troll. I mean,
He
he's
doesn't
learning with the
deserve a
best.
buff
We're
this
all
time.
trolls here. After this cutscene, another Yule is going to die, so F's in chat.
Wait, why does she die? I have no idea.
She gets killed by Zenobia before
Oh my, that's
Noble
so brutal.
kills them. Yeah, it's extremely rude.
The gate is up there, Kubo.
That's why there's the sad music here.
Sad.
Sad. Okay, so as for dangerous fights, that's the last one for a while. Now we are going to go into the second most awful place of the run, which is Augusta 200. In other words, no me gusta la torre.
Yeah. Like, this place has also a lot of aggressive encounters in both floors, so yeah, there's a potential lot of time losses
Yeah,
here.
because we have to fight these aggressives. We cannot crooks out of all of them, there are way too many.
Yeah. Thankfully the fights are super quick, but it's still, you know, annoying to get them, and there's not much you can do about it. Just don't get encounters for head.
Just get lucky for head, it's that easy. Yeah, the reason why we are leveling Sarah
There's a terminal right
is because these enemies are weak to fire. So we are just going to use Fire Firaga and combo frame them to kill them quickly.
So in the first room, I believe you always need to check all 4 computers, and
Yeah.
then in the second room it's random.
Yeah, on the first room you always have to go all 4 of them.
I don't. Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
nice. Just throw mug everywhere. You'll get the chest.
Stupid
Yeah.
question.
He actually has a pretty big hit
Is it
box.
just me, or can you see all
That's
these
nice.
people around us as well?
Pick one. This one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see them. Why did you think I couldn't?
It's just that they have no presence.
Aww, feels bad now. Oh, second try is not that bad. If you fail, then give her the wrong number. Just an alarm sound.
Don't you get one encounter too?
No, that's on 300. You don't get an encounter here because I don't think encounters can spawn here.
Oh, nice.
That was Caius, right?
So he is here. But is he the real Caius?
So this is the second half of the Light Graviton core. Since we didn't get the one in Sunleth, we need to get
Be
this one.
careful. This could be
Yeah.
a trap. Go, Mom.
Basically, the gate that we have to open is one that is located on Academia 400. If you go for the early, you
There must be some way we
open
can
that
cross
gate
this.
before Zenobia.
Caius did it, so can we.
So yeah, we're doing it
Don't we
after.
just
And by the way, for the early versus late, why does it matter if you get this one or the Sunleth one? Like, couldn't you do either of them in both rounds? Like,
No,
what does it
like
change?
because
Let's find
if you
out
do
for
not
sure.
pick for the early, the one on Sunlit, you cannot access the gate when you're on 400.
Oh, you open the gates with them. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. I had no
all of
idea
them
what they
work
do.
Here the same as you, Alyssa?
Oh right, switch first, and then we go to the to the bridge. And now another
The
new
person
question.
created artificially, do they still have a spirit?
You can either throw while going to the switch or while waiting for Alyssa, but I think going for the switch is a little faster than waiting for Alyssa. Also, I hope no one has motion sickness.
Yeah, the camera movement in the fights coming up is awful, so like if you have any problems like that, maybe you should look away for a bit. Like, I have no idea why they've done it like that. It's just terrible.
It's divine, Olsen.
This will show you.
Pictures.
Features.
And it doesn't help, you know, every time you cast a Firaga or something, the camera also moves sometimes, and it's like...
Bonk at it like Chi-Chu. We all bonk at the biscuit. Shoutouts to this massive loading screen.
Yeah, it feels like the game is crashing, but no, it's just loading. It takes forever. No matter your setup.
Why does it even take that long? Like, there's just a cutscene and another fight after it.
I wonder if it plays a part of the cutscene in the background or something. I have no idea.
Maybe.
But that's the only thing that comes to my mind.
And the fights itself, or themselves, are very simple, like you see. It's just a matter of spamming Firaga all the time until everything dies.
That's Cerberus.
Yeah.
With a short visit into Malevolence to get Fate on Sarah.
Yeah, and then just combo for Firaga until things die, and things will die. Did we get it? It was either it or his work. It was his work.
It's always his
unlucky.
work.
It's always his work. Do you want to talk a little bit about adrenaline?
Yeah, like there's a infusible passive that we can get in this place that it's called Adrenaline. It gives us an extra 20% damage on Chi-Chu when he's on green health. That one can be achieved by getting one Orion or one Dragoon that we will need to level up later. So yeah, we didn't get an Orion on the elevator. That's the most optimal.
Wait, this is the wrong one.
Yeah, that was
This is the wrong
yeah.
one.
We're doing the opposite.
Oops, it's this one. This is the one with 44
Well,
times.
getting the encounters here on one hand is obviously slow because you don't want to see encounters, but on the other hand you get more chances to get adrenaline, which does make the rest of the game like slightly faster. Just like what, 20-30 seconds?
Yeah, per encounter. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoutouts to this man who had an Augusta with only 2 encounters, no adrenaline, but that's an insane goal to beat.
Yeah, I think it was like a minute long.
Bloodguard.
Yeah. Okay.
Having no adrenaline makes the fights different for the rest of the game. And it is not much slower, but you do need to learn different strategies for the fights to do them properly, because it is way more dangerous. Since the damage increase is quite noticeable, I guess.
Yeah, especially there's a battle with Caius where
It's very dangerous.
Yeah, that one you can easily die.
Wow.
Yeah, damn, that was...
Chased us to the sun.
That guy moved really well, that's impressive.
Respect. We are fighting this out of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would get stuck on furniture, but this Orion is a champ and just went all the way through.
You deserve a treat.
He didn't leave a crystal though, so that sucks.
Feels bad, man. I wanted to beat that Orion. Feed it to the Chi-Chu. Yeah, we need to get these rooms for to advance through the tower, get to the next floor.
The who powered it was gone. Then the proto-Fal'Cie was created in its place to make Cocoon float again.
Okay, so question
No.
here, if you get Orion or Dragoon, will you get the adrenaline or will you skip it anyway?
We are going to
Like
get
someone last
adrenaline
time.
because this time I'm here.
Yeah, 2 players.
No flexing today, I see.
No.
Feels bad. Nah, yeah, it's better to go for it.
If I have a say on the matter, we always get adrenaline. How do we despawn this?
Going forward.
But at least they're super slow.
Yeah.
That was a nice first floor. Only
Yeah,
one
okay.
encounter.
Did we only get one?
Yeah, we only got one.
Wow, that's nice.
The problem is the next floor is way worse in terms of encounters most of the time. But you can try to get the enemies stuck, like in the furniture in some of the rooms, and
Yeah.
avoid them that way.
It's very finicky though.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
issue is they are so fast that sometimes they don't care and they catch you anyway.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is that they are so big.
Oh, yeah, there was no way out of that one.
And they can also just spawn in your face. That's the thing too.
It's always nice when they spawn in your face.
Yeah.
Uh,
The Dragoon fights are nice because either you
Yeah,
one-shot
another
them
one
or they
is good to
one-shot
do.
you, so it's always fun. Oh, there we go, I guess this time Sarah got one-shot.
Yeah, if Sarah died, it's better to just suicide.
Yeah. You
Because
can pretty much kill them in like a single
Dragoons
fear of your
deal a
at some
lot of
points.
damage.
Yeah, they are so glass cannon. They die really quickly, but they also one-shot you if you're targeted along.
Yeah, that's why the Dragoons are commandos. If you die, you despawn the encounter.
Like, probably that battle was pretty fast anyway, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's better to die quickly than like...
Retrying and then hoping for a better fight.
Yeah,
Or crooksing out
Mhm.
to despawn them.
Like, I've seen battles being way slower than this death. That's what I mean. So it's nice. Also, shoutouts to this 5-meter switch press. That only works once. But yeah.
That's close. Yeah, they just spawned on our faces. Nothing you could have done about that. This is one of the most dangerous encounters, but they're all targeting the wall.
Nice.
Nice.
On to the next.
Yeah, they also died. We can throw for that.
Yeah, whenever I see 3 Dragoons, I'm like, please don't kill me.
Yeah, I'm like trying to super input fast the paradigm switches.
Eh. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the Noel's AI can mess around with them too, so that's nice. He actually stopped to...
Yeah.
to
If Noel stays behind and the enemies aggro on him, it's really nice.
Mhm.
This is the last key. Next up.
They will usually
very top
aggro on the
floor.
leader though.
And that's where Caius is waiting for us. Someone who looks
Yeah. Like, just straight for Sarah.
Mhm.
We didn't throw anything, got interrupted.
This'll show you.
There we go. So far, nothing on adrenaline.
No. Left, so we can
You
pick
might be up
glitches.
there with him, Kubo.
Throw. Okay, that's free.
You might be
Go.
right. Why would the Cirrus come here?
I don't think we're getting adrenaline. There's only like
Yeah.
2 encounters left.
Probably we're not.
That's the first time in a while. Okay, never mind. Maybe here.
Usually for me, I don't get it.
Oh, I almost always get it. Why is the Dragoon still alive?
Holy shit, boy. No one's hurt, right?
Monka. I'm always scared when the Dragoon stays alive. Yeah, we're not getting adrenaline.
Yeah.
So we are doing the Monka fights.
Mm-hmm.
As the Lord intended. By the Lord I
That's
mean
a good
Lord
thing for the
Chi-Chi.
show.
Yes. Oh. Get away from me. Okay, one more
Okay,
for
that's
the
a
road.
chance.
Why is it 2 Orions though? That's so slow. I don't think we got
No,
nothing.
no. Oh,
Yeah, we
well,
did! Nice!
Yikes.
Last chance!
Couple of materials.
Yeah, I have a lot of materials. I think we're fine on money.
So yeah, leveling up Orion here for him to learn adrenaline that we will infuse into Chi-Chu in a second.
Okay, so we did get it. So fives should be more friendly.
The coming up fight with the behemoth is pretty simple. You just want to kill it quickly because while you reach a certain HP threshold, it will try to stand up and heal itself, so you just want to nuke him before he manages to heal up, pretty much.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. The power of the Chi-Chu! No cutscene
Yeah,
here.
we're seeing that there's a cutscene here.
This must be the heart of the system. I know it's a machine, but it seems like it's almost breathing.
If what Alyssa was telling us is true, Yule and Caius should be up here as well.
And now we are going to be fighting the Proto-Falsi Adam, and it is a two-phase fight. I guess the first fight is pretty simple. We just target the main body and destroy the guy.
Yeah, for the
This
first
is
fight we
broken.
don't really care about the manipulators. Twice more, right?
Yeah. And we don't see ours.
The second fight though will be
Oh,
way
no,
more
no, no,
complex.
no, no, I'm everything the wrong thing.
Oh,
Oh no.
I just noticed, sorry.
no way. Refresh.
I'm targeting the wrong thing again.
There's
Yeah, we don't need to refresh. No, just target.
no.
Libroscope.
Yeah, and the
Oh, it's
second
on the
fight
side.
will be scope to manipulate the AI behavior and then try to kill the manipulator. So like we want to Chi-Chu, we want Chi-Chu to attack the right manipulator, and then once he starts his second string,
Oops.
we will switch to the left manipulator. Except they won't, I guess. They should have. It's fine, but yeah, once we get rid of all the manipulators, it's the same thing. Getting Faith on Sarah and then Lieshel. Or Deep Protect on
Immune.
Adam.
Put that.
And then we just wait for Chi-Chu to finish the job. Since Adam protected himself, we need 4 to protect Cass to first get rid of protect
Oh, I
and
can
then
see that.
to inflict the actual deprotect.
That's weird. Okay, throw a potion. Refresh.
It is a bit spooky because of the beginning of the fight. It didn't go as planned, but
That's
it's
fine.
okay.
Chichi
It's
will go
broken,
on his next
it's fine.
stream. There we go.
No way.
Ah. Zombie? Yes.
And after this QTE, there is a very important thing coming up. We want to skip the first cutscene, but not the second one. If you skip the second cutscene, which is a live trigger, we'll have to fight Adam again.
Yeah, we do
So
not
the
want to
TNT
fight
will
this
not skip
guy
the
again.
cutscene. Also, you need to choose the correct option, the live trigger. Or again, you will have to fight Adam second time.
And the correct option is the one everyone assumes isn't the correct option. Because it's the one that makes the least amount of sense.
Yeah.
It clearly seems like the meme option, but it's actually the correct one.
It was definitely the last one for me,
It
casually.
was the last one for me too.
Thanks to Mog, huh?
You guys play Raph, Kupo.
Yes,
You
we're
saved
getting
the day.
Sarah
you. You
killed
did
before
great.
she's supposed to.
She's just practicing.
She's practicing for the late game.
Wow, spoilers. I chose it first because I wanted to watch the joke option. Yeah, like it definitely seems like it's a joke option.
It
Okay.
does.
I think I did actually fight Adam like 3 or 4 times casually before
I
the
fought
first
him
one.
4 times.
Yeah, I fought him 4 times too. It was mental. Alright, so now that we have the wild artifact from Academy 200, we can actually go all the way back and pick up the Graviton. The 2 Graviton cores we're missing.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because, like, I find funny that I found throwing Mog more reasonable than the screaming at Hope.
I was like, no way, Scream at Hope is the correct option.
Yeah.
It has to be Throwback.
Yeah, it's like maybe if you throw Mog, he finds something and he unplugs it or something. Like, literally Eren against the Warhammer.
And Wong just bonks.
Yeah.
It says-
Especially that they throw Mog around all the time, so like it makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Mog is actually following us, Pog. He never does this.
He
Mog
definitely never does this. Overall, I think Augusta was nice. Like,
Yeah, Augusta wasn't too bad, considering how it could have been. And we got Adrenaline too. We fought like 5 encounters. That's fine.
yeah, not bad.
And now we pray we don't get an extra encounter, but that's extremely rare.
I always get one, and then on the one on the way back because I do the early core, and sometimes the third one, and then I cry.
Get him! New formation!
And so now we just go Chichu. That's one's full HP.
They're
Oh, oh, Noel!
Wow.
Sexy. Alright. Get your Moogle Age ready. Because this is a banger.
Yeah, going through all that hardship is definitely worth it for this one song.
Mash. Skip the cutscene. Yeah, this way. Oops.
One small thing is that they will approach the chocobo from the right because it will turn before you can jump onto it, on top of it.
Yeah, he
So
can either.
you want it to turn into proper direction pretty much.
Yeah, sometimes he can turn backwards and it makes it a little awkward, but you know. You cannot never be mad at this guy. There you go. That's the way it's supposed to turn. Time for...
Fingers.
Short and sweet.
Cool.
Go, Mom.
It's definitely one of the best songs in the whole franchise, undoubtedly.
Okay. Nice.
And
There.
we want to make sure that we do have one user green left because we will be riding the Chocobo one more time in
Yeah,
a bit.
not that chocobo though, unfortunately, just a normal chocobo.
Oof. Huh?
Buttons.
Yeah, they make them
Yeah, yeah,
close.
yeah. Too soon. Okay. Yeah, we're taking bets for how many attempts it takes for the silver chocobo. So this is the second guaranteed monster we get because it's another Moogle throw, but it's guaranteed just because, well, we are going to get it sooner or later. The thing is, Mog loves getting money. Oh, the game crashed.
Oh
Fantastic.
no.
The game crashed, it's fine.
Yeah, we got
The autosave is
think-
entering Academia
Yeah.
for XX.
I think it happens sometimes, right, in Academia, if I'm not
I-
mistaken.
That's the first time it ever happened to me. Not
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
didn't see it. I mean, I don't run on PC, but I didn't see it crashing there.
I mean, I don't think the game ever crashed for me, so you know, I'm just lucky, but
Oh no, the game has definitely crashed for me before.
Final Fantasy 13-2. The story so
Hmm.
far.
thankfully there is autosave in this game, so yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
Whoa.
what? We should have the Graviton 4. Let's check.
Let's check with the Choco.
Let's check where we are.
No, we don't because it would have targeted Jaskas for XX. Oh yeah. We do.
Yeah, we do have it.
Okay.
Just enter 4XX.
Oh, because you get the okay, right.
The eighth
No. Change. Back.
There we go.
Okay, it's because you get the.
You get the autosave exiting, not entering.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
We knew we'd get another save.
Yeah, that was nice at least.
Yeah.
It was a
Thank-
nice crash.
Thank God for autosave in this game.
Mhm.
Big shoutouts for Aussie. Game crashed during the relay. It was 13, so no autosaves there. That was
Oops.
painful.
And he crashed like a minute before the next safety save, and 20 minutes after the last one, so that was just...
The game tried to make us listen to Crazy Chocobo again.
We're all said and done.
Yeah, it's such a shame that we only get to listen to it for like, what, 20 seconds?
What did you do to it anyway?
I saw
Hello,
it.
Hi,
Monkey.
Monkey. Thank you.
Can't really explain
The game
Also,
just
Shonen, do you want to-
crashed.
hunch, really.
Shonen, do you want to talk about children here? Because I didn't let you last time.
Matters, I guess.
If I want to talk about.
About the children here.
Oh, the children.
Oh yeah. There's a probability where the children falls. Like sometimes they fall in this escalator, so you can see a dead corpse going all the way to the well, there's one there.
Let's see. Because they like... Oh, there we go. Always good to see that. Like,
That's what
why
you
is it
need.
even in the game? That's just... I guess that's what happens when you are running around instead of walking steadily.
What's this?
You need to tie your shoes.
Yeah, don't forget to tie your shoes. Alright, as I was saying a little earlier, Maud loves picking up money instead of picking up the silver chocobo.
I mean, you talked for the whole run about how money is important in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just trying to help.
appreciate it.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Oops.
I don't have to do anything, just let you mash.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, now we are handing out all the Graviton cores that we picked up. Like, normally you learn about them at this point, and now we are supposed to go look for them, but we already have them all. Or all that we need.
All that we need, because there's still a few left.
The outer shell has great.
And we need to wait.
Do you have the patch, Pharaoh, for the 4 gigabytes memory
Yeah, I
thingy?
do have the patch, just the game being the game, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
nice, first try. Easy.
You did it!
Let's go.
Yeah, we can be one less guild shorter, but we didn't get lucky. Now money is scary.
No more money. No, so money is scary. Mog didn't help.
Yeah,
My new shampoo
Who wants to explain why the silver choco is so important?
because we are getting sponsored by KFC.
So the silver chocobo has by default a passive called Ally KO Power Surge. We are going to feed that passive to Chichu. Essentially what it means is your damage, I think, doubles?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, doubles.
Like,
if,
it's just ridiculous, you know.
Yeah, it doubles if an ally is dead. So the name of the game when we get Noel back is just going to be let Sarah die and let Chichu kill things. Because Chichu will kill things.
And when we say that the LIKO power surge will double the damage, remember that it stacks with all the things that we put on top of Chichu already. So with Adrenaline, with Haste, with Faith and Bravery, with Deprotect and Digital on the enemy, all of that stacks together and Chichu just becomes a monster.
Yeah, Chichu racks up the damage really, really, really quickly. That's the first time the game crashed for me without me being like...
Wait, is that
Well,
you?
the game has crashed for me before, but I know exactly why. This is the first time it happened just because.
I wonder if it was because there were so many NPCs or something.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I
could've
thought too.
been.
Like, there's
There
a lot
were
of,
NPCs.
NPCs in Academia, so maybe that's why.
I'm trying to force an
Oh.
encounter here.
That's actually super nice, because a
Yes.
lot of the times you get an encounter just before talking to the first Yule, and that's super annoying.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine.
I'm surprised that got despawned. That's strange, but
I'll take it.
yeah, that guy was super close to me.
Goddess herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Caius fight coming up is pretty scary without Adrenaline, like Shonen mentioned earlier, but with Adrenaline that we have, it is pretty straightforward,
Put on,
honestly.
put on, put on. They're chasing.
Hold on.
But first they need to talk to a few Yules on the way there. Which is sometimes difficult to do because of the enemies that you can get, or the spawns.
That was really unlucky.
Yeah, we're gonna get another.
And talk to the
Yeah.
Yule first, take care of the Libra Scope later.
Like, sometimes it lines up perfectly and you get the spawns exactly when you want them, and sometimes it's just a misery like today.
I'll face follow that one here. There we go. Oh, this should be free.
Yeah, this one was very...
There we go. That's the last one.
Also, if you have a 13 save file created, you can get extra accessories in the game, and one of them it's a lightning mask that you can get here in a chest. Shoutouts to Hawk Snow, who always equips it, no matter the pace.
Alright, Void Caius. This fight with no adrenaline is extremely scary, with adrenaline is extremely free. So hopefully we don't choke it.
Yeah, we use Chichu's Ferrarling at the start to interrupt Caius' string, I believe, and then we just do like our own spells for Libra Scope, refresh Chichu once, and then after next two strings he should be dead.
Bonk, bonk,
Don't
bonk.
celebrate just yet.
Nice. Alright, this is the third visit to the Void Beyond, so after dealing with Caius, we don't actually defeat him, he defeats us and sends us to a dream world.
Yeah, I remember the cutscene, like Caius actually impales Sarah.
Yeah, Caius impales Sarah with extreme prejudice. It's so Wonka.
Photo? Or is this just part of a dream?
Just a selfie stick.
I know! That's horrible!
Everyone is acting kind of stupid.
Like, it's funny because I remember the cutscene. It's literally a selfie stick position.
Is this a dream?
I know!
Am I trapped? Am I the only one here?
Alright. If you... This is the only paradox ending you can get without the paradox scope. So Lightning there will ask you a question. Do you want to continue your journey or do you want to stay here with me? If you skip the cutscene, it will go to the default answer, which was continue the journey. If you say no and you say you want to stay with her, then you get a non-standard game over, which is a paradox ending.
Keep going.
What do paradox endings give you for the 160 fragments?
They just give you a fragment. Each paradox ending is a
Oh,
fragment.
they give you one, okay. So you can travel somewhere else?
Hmm?
So you can travel somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
I don't see anyone. But
Yeah, it was during a bit of lag. I did notice the frame drops. That's okay. Yeah, this is the only part where we go through here and you don't have to fight a Gog.
There's nothing left.
Yep, Gog.
Did someone say Gog? Alright, so Vanille and Fang helps escape from the dream world and go into Noel's dream world, which is sad, very sad.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore in this place.
Yeah, in this place there's a lot of lore. You learn basically everything about Noel's backstory, and you're like, wow, I've never met I thought my life was shitty. I don't have Noel's life, so I should be thankful.
Well, at least the music that plays is amazing.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorite tunes in the game.
Yeah.
Or in the trilogy.
Also, the color filter is cool.
Mm-hmm.
This place.
So, Noel literally came from the end of the world. He's the last human to be born. Everyone he ever knew died or vanished. And he takes it upon himself to fix the broken future. Even if that's at the cost of his own life. It's interesting that throughout the game, while you are fixing paradoxes, Noel is losing his memories. Because the future isn't the way he remembers it being anymore. It's very heavily implied that he will die as a result of everything that's going on. And then there's the plot twist. Someone does die, but it's not him.
Come on, Noel.
I hope we can do the next fight. Let's see.
Oh yeah, the next fight is super hard.
I mean, with two players, one controller, I can't see it being possible, honestly.
Yeah, no.
It's actually frame perfect.
Yeah, it's a pixel perfect. It's impossible, I'm sorry, Sean. Let me be real to you. I don't think you can do it.
It's okay. Can we see the items?
But we look good, just throw a potion. Wait, auto battle. He's so close, maybe we can kill him. Oh, come on, Pius, you can do better than that. There we go.
That's in the chat.
F's in the chat. So you're not supposed to kill this guy. You can, but the setup is incredibly specific. And pretty much exclusive to 160 fragments. In a normal, casual playthrough, this boss was not meant to be defeated.
Can you retake the fight somehow?
Yeah, you can. You need to close the gate and come back here later. 160F doesn't do that. It does that for the parallax endings. You act for the parallax endings, you need to come back here twice. Once for Sarah's parallax ending and once for Noel's parallax ending. That jump is a lot harder on PS3. This jump is impossible on PS3.
And this chest here is very important.
Yeah, but this chest is extremely important.
I forgot it once and it was just...
Oh no, I'm sorry, Olsen. That's a dead run, right?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I came back for it, but I came back for the later, I believe. Like on the way back.
Well,
Oh.
technically, no, not really. If you have enough money, you can keep it up. Those are power essence. You get 32 later, so you buy 24 because you get this 8. But if you have enough money, you can get this 32.
That's a lot of money, though.
Yeah, that's
That's a lot of money.
like that's like pretty much a dead run, yes. But like if you have like all accessories, insane guild.
Shoutouts to Zero Scar calls this fight overly attached Gogmagog, and he's completely right. This guy just does not leave us alone.
Yeah, the fight is pretty nice. Once again, we use the Feral Link to get buffs. In our party, we will de-show the Gogmagog and then try to finish it off with Hiragas. He can do different stuff because he can ride and then he just debuffs himself because he's a dummy and thinks that we can give him instant, like kill him quickly without him doing anything. And he can also use like offensive attacks that hurt a lot.
Should do that.
Thankfully this time he decided not to do anything.
Nice.
Because pretty much I believe he has attack that when he has enough debuffs, he uses an ability that inflicts all those debuffs on our party. But he just never gets to do it in the speedrun scenario.
Still inside the dream world. How do we get out?
There must be a hint.
But yeah, like Monkey mentions in the chat, he can definitely kill you if he decides to go on the offensive from the start.
Yeah. This is bad. Okay. Ugh. Awful. Slow.
Derouting always feels bad, but
Yeah, the encounters here are super annoying. Like you actually need to run in the opposite direction of them if you want to have a chance of escaping.
yeah, if the enemy spawns like in the middle of the path where you want to go through, it's better to just deroute. In this case, it's not because that imp was like literally in front of us. So basically, if you see the Mog Clock, there's a segment that it's green and another one that it's yellow. When it's green, enemies are gonna stay still if they are not aggressive. But once it reaches the yellow segment, they are gonna start following you. So,
Try to catch you.
yeah, so that's the thing. Like for now, they would start following you now. But
Oh yeah, there is
And yeah,
one
you can
aggressive
also get
that
the
can
metallic
show
capture,
here.
like Monkey said.
It's a 5% chance to spawn. On our last 2 players 1 controller run, we did get the spawn.
Thank you for not forgetting about me.
And a madman got
This fall.
thousands of channel points because of that.
yeah, which you actually created a channel point challenge called Metallic Cactuar,
Yes or no?
and only 10 them went for that. And yes, he got like hundreds of.
He got hundreds of points. The madman.
Yeah, like Metallic Cactuar is actually a fun spawn to get. Like, I believe it's actually faster, at least on console, maybe on PC it isn't, to just die to it. Well, technically you're not die, but like the Metallic Cactuar gets you on...
It uses an attack called Shadowbind,
Shadowbind.
which slows, but it doesn't actually slow, it stops. And once it stops all 3 characters, it just pieces out.
yeah, uses Adieu.
Adieu.
and leaves.
It leaves. It's a lot. It's very funny.
I think that's like a 20 seconds time loss. So, you know, at least on PC it might be even to a crux end.
So far, so good.
So here, all the sounds like disappear for a few seconds randomly, like after the loading.
She's waiting for you at the end of...
Alright.
Yeah, due to the yeah, I assume so, right?
Nope.
Close.
The fastest way is not letting it catch though. The fastest way is just not getting it to spawn. It's a 5%.
I mean, to be fair, it's 5%, but you get like what 6 or 7 encounters there, right? So like it's not even that low of a chance, I guess.
Moving towards.
Yeah.
If you consider how many spawns there are on the way to the gate.
It can also spawn here, by the way.
It does.
So in this cutscenes we are reunited with Lightning, but for a very short time. She essentially tells us what we have to do next in order for Sarah to see her again. And that's what we're gonna do. Very nice encounter.
Yeah, very good.
Hey, look. Go, Lightning has left us the last artifact.
This is enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Come here, Mog.
Nice. When I become a man.
Awesome.
Can't remain beyond the boundaries of Valhalla for long, Kubo.
But still,
People.
it was
People.
finally able to talk with her.
When I become a man.
Alright, now before we can get to the next location, we need to... Wait,
No.
where?
No. There?
There.
No.
There we go. We need to make a quick stop here again. Because we advance through the plot, we have more fragment skills to pick up. One of them is pivotal for the run. You just immediately assumed it was 160. One day.
But yeah, the important skill that we get here is the discount in the shop, because we actually need that to make our money route work.
Yeah,
And then we also get
without it, shout out to
Hyperjump.
Mythic. He forgot to turn it on, and it was interesting.
Yeah. Poor man.
Poor man. But he
I mean,
finished that run. What
Yeah,
a
what a
hero.
champ. What a champ.
What a champ.
I
He
would've
finished
quit.
that run.
Respect to my man.
Bursts of chaos.
Alright, and in here, me and Shannon have to work together on platforming. This is not easy.
This is not easy.
It's not easy. Wait.
Yeah, I said
But
before
this
that this
is
game has a lot of
okay.
mechanics. It's also a platformer now. And now we are selling all the stuff that we picked up along the way to purchase pretty much materials that we will use to level up Chichu even more, to make him even more of a beast than he already is.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Don't sell the crystals.
Selling the 44 gil stuff, let's go.
Yeah, it's enough. Buy monster. Power orbs.
14?
Yeah, 14. And power essence, 24. Item.
That should be enough.
So with the menu coming up, as I said, we will level up Chichu quite a bit. We will also level up Noel, and Noel will learn the Sentinel role, and we will level up the Sentinel role quite a bit. In order to unlock the Reprieve ability that we will use in the final boss fight.
Yeah,
very
reprieve
end.
may or may not be important, but if it is important, it is extremely important on the final boss fight.
Oh yeah, I guess with Adrenaline it doesn't necessarily need to be used.
Remember, we're playing 2 players, 1 controller. It will probably be important, even with adrenaline.
Shadows to
I mean, just
Fortnite.
do the inputs right, I don't see a problem with that.
Okay.
But yeah, what Reprieve does, it allows us to survive with 1 HP, an attack that would normally kill us, if we have a certain HP before the attack happens.
If we have above red HP, then reprieve will allow us to survive an attack that will otherwise kill us, essentially.
And like we mentioned before, we also infuse Silver Chocobo onto Chichu for him to learn the LIKO Power Surge ability.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Are you doing the early cycle?
No. I can't get early cycle. I don't know why. But even if I do everything right, I just can't get it.
I'm glad I stopped running the game before it
Oh,
became a
it's
thing.
spawned in front of us. This is bad.
Well, now we can get it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these little
It's
guys
not
are
that
super
way.
annoying.
Oh
Well,
no. What we do? Do we force it?
Yeah, we can go downwards. Nice, perfect. Not bad.
Okay, hopefully we're still on time for the cycle.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
This is scary.
Okay, it was 2 players, 1 controller. I mean, technically it's on me totally, so...
I hate the Yeomans, man, I swear.
Yeah, that's funny. You're gonna be sweating. Like, you're gonna be relying on me on those jumps. Nice.
That's
Doesn't
nice.
that scare you? I would be scared.
Nah, I'm in good
No!
hands. Don't fall.
That's on you. You're moving forward.
So
Okay,
for the Pekka's
tacos.
twins fight
We
coming
need
up,
to target the first one.
Yeah, no need to change. Leverage cover again.
Yeah.
No, we need to
Oh,
target.
fuck, yeah.
there are twin enemies that we need to defeat. We will throw the Libra scope.
Yeah, that's another difference from PC to PS2.
Yeah, oh yeah, the default target is different. And the idea here is to pretty much stagger the Amethyst one, let Sarah deprotect both of the enemies, and then we want Sarah to die right afterwards to trigger the LIKO power surge.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We
we
do want to have
target.
deprotect on both of the enemies, and
Yeah,
ideally
sure.
we do want to maintain chain on the second one.
No, give me medic.
Hmm?
Medical.
So now, yeah, we go into the Sentinel paradigm for a bit for Sarah to provoke the enemies so that she will die.
Okay, push me.
As you can see, she is dead, so now Chichu will just become a monster.
Different.
Everything shall return to Valhalla.
You're supposed to survive and to keep Chichu in green HP ideally, because that allows us to have adrenaline again.
And potion.
Yeah.
And the important thing is that
The
the other
important thing
Pacos
is that
will
we
try
don't die.
to split and pretty much revive his fallen brother if we allow him to. So ideally we want to kill him before the split happens.
Valhalla draws near.
Go now.
I can see
No,
the
one
world
time.
of God.
We need to potion.
Yeah, that was close, as you can see, but it's not a big of a problem because the other Pacos gets revived with like the HP that the one alive has. So we just need to finish him off if that happens. It is a bit of a time loss, but it's not that big
There
of a
we
deal.
go. 2?
And it is actually
Okay,
quite difficult
nice.
to kill them both in time before the split.
Bah.
You did get 2 Scarletites, right?
We
Yeah.
did get 2, yeah.
That fight was
Okay.
bad. I think that fight was bad because we Noel got interrupted on Blizzard
Yeah,
Strain.
no, all got interrupted on the
So yeah,
Blizzard Strain.
Stagger was late. Yeah, that was definitely it. So,
So the
Yeah, we were
Scarletites that they
super
drop are
low
very
too.
important for
We had
money.
to throw a lot of potions because Noel got the all of the initial aggro.
Yep. And each of them has a 90% chance to drop the Scarletite, which means we have the 81% chance to get both. And then like it's what?
yeah, it was a 1% I think to get now.
Yeah, 1% to be like no, and then 80%
Never
to get both.
happened to
One
me.
of them.
It has happened to me. Killed wall record runs.
Oh no,
Yeah.
feels bad, man.
Yeah, it killed
Pretty
one
much,
wall
long
record.
story short, getting both means that we are pretty much safe on money. Getting only one would mean that they would need to pick up additional chests along the way to make up for the gear difference.
Yeah, no. Bye bye early cycle. Nowhere to be seen.
Sag.
Sag. I mean, none of us go for early cycle. Shonen can't do it because it's on console, so everything is different, and I can do it because for whatever reason I can never make it on time.
Have you tried going faster or something?
Just run faster, it's easy. Ooh,
Just be quick.
I hate you. Oh, they got this. That's bad, man.
They are fast.
What are the chances for a platinum ingot?
No idea.
Yeah, we're not making it out. As long as they spawn in front of Noel while we're on stairs.
Yeah, they are tiny, so we can jump over them, but obviously not while going upstairs, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe I'll put something. Give me that.
Oh yeah. True. Important.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
we
features
can
are
pull,
scattered around here pretty much are
can
checkpoints.
pull.
So if you
You
fall down,
tried
you
going
respawn at
faster or
the latest
something.
Cactuar statue.
It's hard to retry.
Can pull it.
Yeah, we just got the Cactuar statue, so it's fine.
That's the main reason.
Yeah, another cool thing is that you can just fall down to despawn the encounter. But that's only if you picked up the Cactuar statue, obviously. Now we do a trick here
Another
with this
one.
T block to make
Yeah,
the
that
cycle
place
work nicely.
actually doesn't care about your step counter, so it's always worth to go for the Cactuar. Yeah.
And we need to wait. Damn, that was a while.
Yeah, because of the geomons.
Yeah. Fucking humans, man. I feel monkey's pain now. We can't even go here now because it's facing the wrong direction.
These stairs are terrible also on console. I thought it was only a PS3 thing, but yeah, fine.
At least we get to see the nice views of Academia 500.
Yeah, this place looks very sci-fi. Alright, let's go.
Let's go.
Mario. Like my car.
So the very important thing on the next platform is to not move at all. Because the
Academia is...
moment they take a single step, an encounter will spawn.
Yeah.
And we need to wait for the next block to turn in position. So like you do not want to move at all.
Academia is a really fun place. Like, Paco's battle is really cool, the last battles are cool. Movement is also great, but you know, it's annoying with RNG.
RNG always makes things more annoying.
Okay, this was better than...
This was better than last time!
Last time we didn't fell
We
off
didn't
because,
fall because
because of pixels.
yeah,
basically.
because of pixels.
Thanks.
We
Like
throw
we
log
see the
now or
moment
do
they
we
take
throw
a,
them on the way
they took
back?
a step.
No,
And then we
because
spawn.
we don't have to do it.
This is not gonna end well. Never mind, I have a professional with me.
Let's go. That's why I really... Yeah, I really don't like when we're on the corner.
Oh, didn't get it. That's fine. You can skip this fight. If you're a pro gamer, but we're not pro gamers.
No gamers here, sadly. Though skipping this fight means that the next boss fight becomes much more difficult and scary. So maybe it's a
I
good
was
thing.
slower.
Also, killing the guy is a bit difficult because you need to use Chichu's meteor before Apollo buffs himself.
That was my guy, I was slow on the meteor.
That's fine.
Yeah. And if
We
you...
got
Oh,
it,
he died
that's what
anyway, that's
matters.
nice. Chichu is a beast.
The guy got the power splits.
And now it's just
Okay.
a matter of pressing the
Um,
switch and running away because it's
Go
will...
to the pillar to the right.
That's right there.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. No, if the platform
Yeah.
isn't ready, I always go for the pillar. But if the platform is there, I always just jump.
Okay. Cool.
I think we need to wait for this
Yeah,
one.
wait it.
Yeah.
So a few more platforms
Jump
and then
there?
the final random encounter of the run pretty much. It is a bit annoying to avoid. I mean, I say random, but it's not really a random encounter, it's always there.
Alright. So this encounter isn't actually random, it's fixed, but it will always spawn, and cruising out does not solve it, so just get lucky.
Just
Which
jump
we
for
didn't.
head.
These cats are the worst. The actual worst. On console, this is a pretty easy dodge, but that strat does not work on PC, unfortunately.
Not bad.
Final
we
shop
didn't
and
fall
final
We
menu of the
didn't
run.
fall.
Once
Let's
again,
go.
buying materials to level up Chichu.
off. Ooh.
Oops, this way.
Show me the way.
Show me the way. Sell components.
Chichu will get a lot more strength, and he will also get his 6 ATB segment. So he can do even more damage.
We don't need more
Let's go,
potions,
Chichu.
do we?
No.
Menu?
Yes.
After the okay.
Yeah, we mentioned before that, by the way, we've done the last paradigm menu like, what, an hour and a half ago? I mean, yeah, I guess we did put Chichu into the party, but that was it.
Let's go.
Are they starting the launch already?
We better get moving.
Final boss rush, let's go.
Ooh.
For the Chaos Bahamut fight, we want to use Feral Link for Chichu to have buffs, we want Sarah to die. So we do things in a very specific order to make sure Noel survives, but Sarah dies, and that's pretty much a thing in most of the fights that will follow.
This is all on you.
Go to Ruthless is one input down.
Go to Ruthless.
Yeah, it's one input down.
Oh, that's so smart.
Sarah's alive.
Yeah, potion.
But yeah, the important thing for this fight is that we follow, because it also depends on what pattern Chaos Bahamut decides to do. And for now, it's just a matter of potioning to stay alive, letting Chichu do the job.
Get out, get out, get out.
Okay. Yeah.
We also need to go into Sentinel Paradigm to tank the Mega Flare, which follows.
Okay, nice. Oof. That was a little scary.
Yeah, it was.
Whenever Sarah survives, it's always a little scary.
Yeah, the Decarius fight is nice because Sarah is always the one being targeted, so she always dies, and that's what we want to have. So goodbye, Sarah. And then Chichu is always just does bonk bonk
It
bonk and Caius is
again!
dead.
That's so weird. Okay, refresh. Okay, did
We
this happen?
keep staring death in the face.
This is the second
my.
time it happened. Like, that chain break was so late. Like, it happened before we started the run. Like, on practice.
Beach Caius is another fight that differs quite a bit, depending on if you have adrenaline or not. With adrenaline, it's much faster and much safer. I mean, okay, I don't know if much faster, but definitely safer. There are two phases to it. With the no adrenaline strat, you want Sarah to die. With adrenaline, doesn't really matter. You just stagger and murder Caius.
No,
Items. Nice. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh, she died, so it makes it even better. That's actually perfect, yeah. Because once again, the damage boost from the LIKO power surge is just massive. So as you can see, Chichu just destroys Caius now.
Yeah. Just wreck him.
Like, normally you would need a meteorite at the end, but with Sarah dead, it's not needed at all. Ooh, but for the final fight, I guess I could just explain it and you guys do it, right? Something.
Yeah, so Libroscope first, we don't need to
Yeah.
shift targets.
Yeah, we are fighting the trio Bahamut. We will take care of the side guys first and then focus on the main one. We throw the Libroscope to manipulate Chichu's AI again. Pretty simple with Stagger or Chain High. And then we just use Blizzard Aurora. We will not debuff the first guy, we will cast debuffs on the second guy though. or rather shift into Ruthless for Sarah to do it, and then after the first 2 Bahamut's die is when things start to get interesting. Because then we have a very specific pattern that allows us to kill the Jet Bahamut before Dying Sun happens. I hope they can manage to do it somehow with 1 controller. I'm very hoping for it.
Okay, now.
But pretty much once both of the side Bahamuts die, Jet Bahamut will inflict a lot of debuffs on us, and this is where we use the
Hopefully
Unicorn
this
Horn that
time
we
the
picked up like an
defense
hour
is-
ago to get rid of the debuffs. And then a very specific pattern will follow. An important thing is that we want our party members to be full HP if possible, or as close to full HP.
No, he's not doing full ATV.
Yeah, the problem is that no loss from ATV, but it's fine, probably. Once again, Unicorn Horn to get rid of the debuffs. Normally you would use your auto battle here, but no doesn't have his drain ATV full, sadly. Then it's Malevolence, getting the Feral Link. Yeah, so like Monkey says, the problem here is that we have a very specific setup for that makes
Sarah
it so that
died.
Sarah dies exactly when we want her to die. Because we want to stagger Bahamut, we want to have Deprotect inflicted, and then we want Sarah to die. She sadly died way too quickly. So it gets a bit scary now, but we can just revive her and hope it's okay. Because normally you want like to stagger Jet Bahamut, shift into Ruthless, get the Deprotect, and then have Sarah die immediately afterwards
We need to
for the LIKO for research path. Here we have the Deprotect, Sarah should die after the next. Okay, I guess she will not die then. Which
Oh, I
is
thought we could
problematic
see.
because again we are losing a lot of damage. So we might see the reprieve in action, I guess. We also lost our bats because they just run out, so it is a bit
Nothing of
spooky
HP.
as Chichu deals less damage. Again, Dying Sun happens, so we go into Sentinel, we use Mediguard, and no one should survive with like no HP at all. And then we need to revive Chichu and hope Chichu manages
Right,
to finish the
Michael.
job in time.
Oh,
Plus,
so
you're right.
close.
It's nice, it's gonna run out, but we can kill. That's why I use Meteorite.
Oh my god, let's
Come
go.
on, Chichu.
Go Chichu!
Okay,
And time.
Yeah.
GG, nice.
Yeah, that's why I use Meteorite, not because of HP, because
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Stagger was
yeah.
gonna run
The
out.
last Tiger was about to run out. Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
That
That
was
was
a
a nice
little
fight, honestly, after
scary.
what happened with Sarah.
Yeah, the main problem is that Noel kept casting after Amber died, so the timing was really awful with the potion in between, so Sarah died.
Yeah. But we got it, so
Yeah.
that's the important part. Well, what was the time on that? I felt good about that run.
Yeah, like we had a couple of deaths.
Yeah, we did have a couple of deaths, but we didn't have any final bosses.
We didn't, yeah.
I mean, the timer on stream says 250-58, but I'm not sure if it was run like done properly.
250!
That's very good.
That's really good!
I mean, some free and like almost up to 50. With
Yeah,
the death to
almost
Zenobia.
up to 50, that's really, really good. Very nice.
Noel, you told me that Yule is reborn because of me. Then I have to die.
But yeah,
We must free you.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
250-58.
Yeah, we even
Nice.
Nice.
I mean, unless the timer
We could
started late,
chase.
which I'm not sure
We
of.
could make money. Monkey run for his money.
Because maybe it was the timer not working correctly, I'm not sure.
We could make. Maybe we could get Monkey's time.
Will you allow me to go on
Just don't die, forehead.
The worst things of these runs is that it hurts. Like,
Yeah, it hurts a little my arm too.
Yeah.
long
Yeah,
before we began our battle here?
Oh, it ended late, let's go, so the time should be even better then. Amazing.
Never to
Nice. We pro game.
I mean, the run was pretty clean in terms of RNG, honestly, and like the only problem was what Zenobia death.
Yeah, the Zenobia
That
was
was like the
the
big
only
thing.
And Peril.
how it ends.
Yeah, Peril as
And
well.
you should know you
Oh,
And
we
the crash,
got
obviously, in
Rooster.
Academia, but...
I'm not going to kill you.
Nice.
Right.
But yeah, that's it for us.
Yeah, thank you for.
Yeah, thank you
having
for
us.
having us. It was a lot of fun. This is the second 2 players 1 controller run we ever do. We intend to do more.
Yeah.
Because these are a lot of fun.
You will kill me, Noel.
13th place on the leaderboard.
I guess we
That's
have,
fitting.
yeah, I guess we have to create an account to submit it.
Dasphaoah.
X-Sparrow.
Yeah, thank you so much, really long thought. Also, this choice literally doesn't matter. You always get the same cutscene afterwards. It's a ripoff for sure.
Give it up.
Yeah.
Won't do it.
We'll see you on next run. Hopefully on Really Longathon 5. And thank you everyone who donated for this marathon. Able Gamers is an important charity, and I've struggled with mental issues before, having been in and out of psychologists for years, so I know it can be hard.
Yep, thank you everyone.
Oh my god, I've been talking this whole time for like the last few minutes. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Zell. I am really